flip. Wow, what a big hit. Fumble, scoop, score it. Anderson. Tyler looking to throw. Finds his...
WSCF Vero Beach.
Quick flip. Wow, what a big hit. Fumble, scoop, score it. Anderson. Tyler looking to...
Okay.
WSCN Vero Beach.
Quick flip. Wow, what a big hit. Fumble. Scoop. Score it. Anderson. Tyler looking to throw. Finds his receiver. Jacobs trying to turn the corner. Does. To the 30. 25. 20. 10. 5. And make a house call. 3 receivers set. And I'll begin to. Wow. Keyshawn Campbell comes in and says enough. The kick is up.
It's good.
It's good. It's good. Vero Beach District Champions beat Treasure Coast.
This is Fighting Indians Football. Christian FM presents Fighting Indians Football with Matt Paris, Gary Paris, and Paul Tipton.
Oh, man, what a season it was last year, and boy, it had some interesting moments. Hey, Vero Nation, thanks for joining us at the Citrus Bowl in Billy Livings Field as we get set for the spring contest tonight. Your Fighting Indians are hosting Heritage out of Palm Bay tonight. A little preview of what our 23 team can look like. We'll get a chance to see some new faces and some new spaces here, and we're looking forward to it. I'm Paul Tipton along with Gary Paris, and Gary, this is the interesting time of the year because you get a little bit of practice time in. You get a little, put the pads on, get a little knocking around a little bit. But more than anything, it gives the coaches a chance to kind of see the next wave of talent and figure out, once August comes around, who's going to fill those shoes that are vacated by the graduating class.
And it's really funny, as we were doing that intro, we saw that kick by a Treasure Coast that we were laughing because – we were excited about it getting over the goalpost, and unfortunately, we won that one. But the next one, we lost in the third round of the playoffs. And here we are, 31-7 on the last fall, and here we are this spring trying to get ready for 2023. This is a new team, basically, in a lot of ways, Paul, because you got your same old quarterback, Tyler Aronson. You've got tonight. You'll see 5 different linemen that weren't there last year playing, except for one, Chase Stevens, the one veteran on that line. Injuries, coach has talked about it, and he said he may have said something to you about it, that we've had the freakish year in the spring of injuries, knees, broken legs, pulled muscles, things that you don't see in a spring. You usually get through the whole spring, you're tickled to death, and we've had just one of those, really tough springs to get through.
Well, that kind of stuff happens, and you're thankful that it's springtime and not going into your fall camp and getting ready for the start of your season. So any of those little injuries have time to heal and get these boys back ready to go for the fall season.
Yeah, you'll have both your linemen that are out right now. Ben Hall, who was bruised on a knee, and Eric Benitez he'll be back, and that'll give you some more depth and some more veterans at your offensive line. It's going to be exciting. We lost Vondravius Jacobs to Florida State, and he had a great spring up there. Congratulations to him. His little brother, who's a sophomore next year, will be getting some playing time at one of the slot receivers. You just kind of exchange things. It's hard to replace Jacobs. Jacobs had 100 catches.
You can't replace that. 1,600
yards of receiving. You just don't replace that. You try to do it with multiple players, and that's what you're going to see tonight across the board. Some new faces on some transfers in that you're going to see. We'll probably get to enjoy them tonight, and you're going to see the Hillman, the kid that was a freshman last year, looks really good. Jonathan Hillman looks really, really good this spring, and he's gotten bigger and he's gotten stronger.
Yeah, he has, and you would expect Hillsman to be a little better and be the primary back, but there are some other guys back there. They'll get a little chance to see what they can showcase as well, and see if make it a little tougher for Coach come summertime to figure out who's going to be in that starting lineup.
Everybody wants to get a chance to play. Every coach would like to get as many players out as he can get them on film, see the things they do best, especially the offensive line coach, because we had a lot of guys come out. We just didn't have a lot of experience. So we've had some scrimmages. This would be a big game for a lot of the offensive linemen. The defense looks sharp to me this spring. Bill Mata and them have done a great job of getting their kids ready. And, again, you introduce new bodies, new faces.
Yeah, you do.
And this is a chance to see everybody play. You want to get reps. You want to see your young people on film. You got to qualify them. You got to get them ready. And you got to say, okay, this young man needs some playing time.
You got a lot of different groups that are got a lot of new faces in them, but in almost every single group, you've got a veteran that can bring some leadership to each of those groups. The only one that may be in question, honestly, might be the receiver group, but you got Chase Taylor, who got a little bit of playing time last year, that'll probably be looked at to be that leader in that receiver locker room area. We're going to step aside when we come back. We're going to have more as we get set for our spring game here tonight. Vero Beach taking on Heritage from Palm Bay. We'll have more right after this.
The Tripp family, GNC, and the Miracle Mile are crazy about the Vero Beach Fighting Indians and their fans. Joe and his staff have over 2 decades in the supplement business and know all about sports nutrition, along with vitamins, herbs, weight loss, and wellness products. GNC also offers meal replacements and testosterone support and tailors their products to meet individual needs. 562-2450.
Christian FM can put this game on the radio thanks to the support of businesses like Chuck Bateman State Farm Insurance in Vero Beach. Chuck's goal is to create an atmosphere where customers can talk about what's important to them. He's also a huge supporter of our local chapter of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Chuck's phone is 567-1106.
Thanks to Roy Bell Grading Services for sponsoring Fighting Indians football and the Fighting Indians post-game show. Roy Bell Grading Services is locally owned and operated, providing services to this area for over 37 years. Roy Bell Grading Services offers services such as land clearing, grading, laser grading, and complete site work.
Hi, my name is Chase Bell. My family and I support Fighting Indians football and Christian FM. Go Indians!
No job too small or too big. Roy Bell Grading Services. We roll the earth. 772-473-4559.
More Countdown to Kickoff by Cap's Pizza and Pub.
Well, after the game with Osceola here, 31-7, the Vero Beach Fighting Indians lose, and then they wrap up their season. And we all head into our off season and go kind of our respective ways. Unfortunately, we got that one of those calls that you hope you never have to get, but you know that's just part of life. And on January 28th, our good friend, our good buddy, Ronnie Self passed away, and we lost a dear, dear friend, a dear member of this team and this family. And it was such a devastating loss, and we're all still trying to figure out, how we're going to deal with not having our good friend down on the sideline. And this is really our first chance to be back around the field area since his departure. And we thought it might be good for us to just take a moment here and remember our good friend. And Ronnie always had some interesting things and interesting moments on the sideline, and we just want to showcase a few of those. So listen up. We'll start with Ronnie. Hey, Ron.
Hey, Paul, it's good to be back again. And as usual, we've got a nice breeze coming out. Gary said it was a hurricane almost. Got a good breeze coming out of the east-southeast tonight, blowing across the field. And, field conditions, field looks pretty good in the middle, but you get down outside the numbers, and there's a lot of loose grass, especially going into the end zone. Hard-fought ball game tonight, and you told us earlier in the week it probably would because they were pretty athletic. But our defense came to play again tonight.
Oh, yeah. I'm proud of the boys. Those are fun games. I mean, we were excited for the challenge, and, we were tested. That's a great team we just beat.
It was, and you made some adjustments at halftime, and I'm not sure they worked the way you wanted them to, but we were still able to make timely plays when we needed to.
Oh, yeah. Coaches are their own worst enemies sometimes. We really try to outsmart ourselves. And
Hey, Paul, it's a good night to be back home in Vero tonight. Slight breeze blowing shouldn't affect the ball game at all, but nice night for football. The field's in good shape. Hasn't had anything on it for a couple weeks, so field is in good condition. He just congratulated them on a good first half. They settled down after that first possession by Palmetto. The defense settled down and played pretty good defense. Made a few adjustments. Look for Vero to come out. We may play some two safeties in the second half there. Some cover 4 defense, so we'll see how things transpire. But look for Vero to come out and still play good, hard defense.
All right, Ronnie, defense. It's going to be a familiar story, a ground and pound type of game.
Well, defensively, hopefully, like you said earlier, hopefully we're getting ready for that. and are experienced at defending that defensively tonight. It's going to be, like Matt said earlier, it's going to be assignment football for our defense. And, talking with the defensive coaches before the game about assignment football, he says, well, I'm really not sure what that is because their number one back usually doesn't run to the hole he's supposed to. Sometimes he bounces it, sometimes he doesn't. So what that means is our linebackers are going to have to be very active tonight and be able to read and recognize where the ball is at and where it's going right off the bat.
Go down to the field, check in with Ronnie Self, who's got one of our assistant coaches. Ron?
Coach Mono, we played just good enough to win tonight. Defensively, we had some big plays at the right time, but just penalties kept them in the game tonight.
Yeah, we keep hurting ourselves.
Yeah, we did. We did tonight, especially when we can't get off the field on punt return for some reason tonight. Something that hasn't bothered us, but it jumped up tonight. Just kind of they seem to be silly penalties that popped up tonight.
Work on that in practice a little more this week.
I think you will, Coach. But
let's go check in with Ronnie. Hey, Ron.
Hey, Paul. What a great night for football. Looks like the temperature's going to be about 66 degrees at kickoff. But it's just a great night for football tonight. Phil's in great shape.
With that, we got a chance to go down to the field. Ronnie Self is standing by with Coach Willis.
Coach Willis, hard-fought ball game tonight, and Vero comes out victorious.
Yes, sir, it was. Coming into the week, we know they were hard-fought guys. We had a game plan for them.
Our defense has been pretty stout all year long for us and giving us good field position at times, as they did tonight, gave us some good field positions at times, and we were able to capitalize a couple times there.
Yes, sir, we was able to capitalize.
Ron, defense are going to have all eyes on number 4 in the backfield, and that is Swint, the Osceola running back.
You're exactly right. You're exactly right, Paul. Tonight, defense is tasked with stopping or corralling, if you want to use that word, corralling their running back and keeping from getting those 8-yard gains or even bigger gains than that. Look for Vero, come out and play their attacking defense again. You may see us in a 4 or 5 man front at times, even a 6-man front at times.
It was such a loss, such a devastating loss. And, Gary, I don't know that I'll ever forget getting that call from you that Saturday morning and letting you know that our friend and our family had gone on. And I know he's been a buddy of yours for a very, very long time. And I know that's a hole that will be hard to replace.
You're absolutely right. That was Ronnie's favorite saying.
Yeah.
And over the years, we always kid him and teased him about that all the time. And that was a hard call to make.
Yeah.
Because I knew, he'd been with us for over 30 seasons as our sideline reporter. And he was part of the family, and he was part of the team. And he was closer to me. He was like a brother to me because we grew up together. We were in Little League baseball together, and we played high school football, and we played high school baseball together. I ate a lot of meals at his house, and his mom was almost like my second mom, and I'm going to miss my dear friend, and I'm going to I think about him often, and he will be dearly missed by our whole team.
Well, we want to try to keep Ronnie in our minds as always. And as Gary said, his favorite saying was, "You're absolutely right." So we decided, let's make a shirt with our buddy on the picture there and saying, "You're absolutely right." Ronnie, we love you, man. I know you're down looking down on us tonight, and wishing you were there on the sideline. We sure miss you a lot. And Becky and the family, our prayers are constantly with you, and we wish you all the best as you guys work to move ahead in life here. And we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with more Fighting Indians football right after this.
Hi, JW from Barker Air Conditioning. These hot and humid days sure do take a toll on your air conditioning system. Barker Air Conditioning offers our ESA annual or semi-annual maintenance plans to keep things in good working order. Barker Air Conditioning, servicing Indian River County since 1959.
A family business for 25 years, Total Golf Cart supports the Fighting Indians and their fans. They're the authorized club cart dealer and love to assist buyers to find the golf cart that best meets their needs. They offer both new and used club cars. And Total Golf Cart also has a full service department at 1140 South US 1 in Vero Beach or at TotalGolfCart.com.
A septic system is only as good as the installation and maintenance. Reliable Septic is the name known along the coast for being the professionals who install and service these systems for both residential and commercial uses. They'll determine the on-site needs and design considerations for a complete wastewater treatment system. Thanks to Reliable Septic Service. 772-562-4242.
More Countdown to Kickoff by Cap's Pizza and Pub.
Welcome back as we get set for tonight's match. It is our spring contest, Vero Beach, on an exhibition game against Heritage of Palm Bay. All right, we just had a nice little segment there talking about our good buddy Ronnie Self, who will no longer be on the sidelines. Who is back on the sidelines is GT Paris. So let's check in with the G. Come on, man, what's up?
Hey, guys, glad to be here. Great segment there you did on my Uncle Ronnie there, and he's sorely going to be missed. But now it's football time. So I had the pleasure of speaking to a couple of the coaches tonight, particularly Bill Mata and Coach Jay, to get their feeling on what they thought about the spring and tonight. Both of them said they're going to go with somewhat not vanilla, but start off with a very basic. They want to really make sure the guys are in their alignments. They want to see if the assignments, look and see. And then as the game progresses, they said they might open up the offense or the defense, depending on the score and how they feel comfortable with the kids' ability at the time. But the main thing they stressed to me is they want to make sure that everybody is getting aligned right, especially the young kids, the kids that are sophomores, coming up. This might be their first time on the varsity, a little nervous. They're really going to be looking for those kids to get in the proper spots before they open up the playbook. But they said they feel good about tonight. They feel good about where the team's at. So they're excited. It's not a regular game, so not quite the emotion you would have on a normal Friday night, but they're ready to get after it. But mainly they want to get some film on these kids so they can evaluate going into the summer. And that's what they've all said to me going into tonight's game.
All right, G. It's good to have you back, and look forward to checking in with you through the course of this ball game tonight. We're going to step aside. We'll come back. We'll talk with Lenny Jankowski as they get set for tonight's contest against Palm Bay Heritage. We'll be back.
Hi, JW from Barker Air Conditioning. These hot and humid days sure do take a toll on your air conditioning system. Barker Air Conditioning offers our ESA annual or semi-annual maintenance plans to keep things in good working order.
Jeremiah's Italian Ice loves our Vero Beach Fighting Indians. Jeremiah's offers over 40 flavors of Italian ice and 2 flavors of soft serve ice cream. The showcase of the menu is layering the two together for their gelati. Located off State Road 60 in the Marshalls Plaza, Jeremiah's Italian Ice. Live life to the coolest.
Ohana Water Systems is proud to partner with Christian FM. Hi, I'm Mikey, owner of Ohana Water Systems. We've created a technology that takes city and even well water and turn it into drinkable, pH-balanced, remineralized alkaline water throughout the entire house. Our system also protects the plumbing and appliances from
More Countdown to Kickoff by Cap's Pizza and Pub.
Coach Jankowski, it's a pleasure to be back. It's been a while since we've been able to, interact a little bit. You've been doing your thing, we've been doing our thing, but this is the time of year where we get a kind of a preview of what maybe the fall schedule, or not schedule, but maybe the team can look like. So let's kind of go back a little bit. I know for you, this doesn't ever stop. For us, we have these landmarks of, well, the season's over with, we'll see you next year. But for you, it doesn't stop. So what's been going on since the last playoff game here at the Citrus Bowl to this point now?
Yeah, you hit it pretty well there. It seems as if you spend a lot of time in transition. So no matter what time of year it is or whatever you call that season, you're getting ready for the next phase of this, for a lack of a better way of describing it, this 365-day cycle that happens in high school football. And so, we from the last playoff loss to where we stand now, I mean, there's a lot that happens. One is, the recruiting piece and trying to ensure opportunity for the class of 2023 to start with, those seniors that graduated last year, those players that were looking for opportunity. Of course, we have some very storied signees and some 3 of our players that were actually early grads and were at colleges and spent this spring semester at the colleges of their choice. But there's lots of others that that we're working. Not everybody is going to end up at Florida State or wherever, and so we have guys that are great high school players, very, very talented student athletes that are looking for opportunity, and we try to make that happen. And so that's a big part of it. And then with the guys that are coming back, we have off-season workouts that start in January, and we do that. Part of that is in the weight room, part of that is on the field, and so you try to do all those things. But still have a quote-unquote off-season. And, we certainly have a bunch of players, a bunch of our athletes that are multi-sport student athletes that play other sports here at Vero Beach High School. I may be a rarity, but I'm still a huge fan of that. So we've got a bunch that have qualified for the state track meet. And we get an opportunity to do that. We've got several involved with our baseball program, lacrosse, basketball, wrestling, all those sports. We've got guys involved with those respectable teams. And then of course we're here for spring practice, and that's the 20 days that we get an opportunity to put helmets on, eventually get to shoulder pads and full pads, and then cap it with the spring game. So we've got a lot happening, but it's really an enjoyable time. I think it's the purest form of coaching in that you don't spend a lot of time in preparation for your opponent, but really what you do is you get an opportunity to work the fundamentals, the details. All of the points of emphasis in the spring are really just evaluating your guys and trying to get them better at what they do.
The Tripp family, GNC, and the Miracle Mile are crazy about the Vero Beach Fighting Indians and their fans. Joe and his staff have over 2 decades in the supplement business and know all about sports nutrition, along with vitamins, herbs, weight loss, and wellness products. GNC also offers meal replacements and testosterone support and tailors their products to meet individual needs. 562-2450.
Christian FM is proud to welcome a new business coming soon to beautiful downtown Vero Beach, Downtown Dipper. Downtown Dipper is a step back in time to an old-school ice cream shop, serving 24 flavors of hand-scooped ice cream, a family-owned and operated ice cream shop. Downtown Dipper, opening soon. Thanks to Downtown Dipper for supporting Christian FM and the Fighting Indians. HBS Glass is a proud supporter of Fighting Indians Athletics and Christian FM. Since 1973, HBS Glass has served homeowners, architects, and contractors in the Vero Beach area. HBS Glass offers hurricane impact windows and doors. HBS Glass, 722 3rd Place or hbsglass.com. Thanks to HBS Glass.
More Countdown to Kickoff by Cap's Pizza and Pub.
Except for tonight, it's the spring game for Vero Beach, and they brought in Heritage out of Palm Bay. Paul Tipton, Gary Parrish, GT Parrish. Matt Parrish will join us here in just a little bit as we get set for tonight's contest. All right, I want to go back down to the field. GT was allowed to be in the locker room. And, GT, sometimes with these exhibition games, it can just kind of feel like a blah kind of thing. But Coach Jay's got a different approach.
Yeah, Coach Jay allows us to be in there, and it's gracious enough that he allows us to be in and hear everything he says. He's opened this. So tonight, and it was one of the most excited I've ever seen him. And I know it's coaches. I've been around a lot of locker rooms, a lot of coaches, and, that's part of their stick. I went up to him afterwards and I said, Coach, you had me so fired up. I wanted to go tackle somebody. I'd get hurt, but I wanted to go tackle somebody. He was preaching and getting his kids excited about, hey, the quick whistles are over. This is full contact. This is take the guy to the ground. This is punch him in the head and get after it. Make this team go back to Palm Bay and wish they never came down here. That's what the words were coming out of his mouth. Now, I know that's a tactic, but boy, I haven't seen Lenny that fired up, especially pregame. Lenny's pretty subdued and does a lot of X's and O's. So we saw new Lenny tonight, and I think he's really just motivated. But I was ready to jump out of the locker room and come on, run on this field again.
It'd be kind of fun. We got a camera down there now, G. I mean, come on.
You did hear me say that I would get hurt. I mean, let's just be honest. But, I mean, that's the feeling I felt. But, Lenny's got a bunch of young kids. He's trying to get them going. And I told him, I said, man, what a great speech. And he looked at me and smiled and gave me a wink.
All right. Well, I love it. I love the fact that he's ready. He doesn't want this to be just like any old, scrimmage. He wants this to be a game.
He knows this team. Listen, this team won 5 out of the last 6 games. They lost their first 4 games. Then they turned it around, and they won 5 out of the last 6 games to be 5-5. Mm-hmm. They barely lost to Melbourne, but beat Harmony pretty bad.
Yeah, that's true. They could have been in the playoffs if they hadn't lost to Melbourne.
Exactly right, and that was a good game. So they're confident. They've switched coaching. Their friends over there, mm-hmm. Michael Benson, who is an offensive coordinator last year, is now the head coach. And Mark Ainsley, who was the defensive coordinator, is the assistant head coach in charge of the defense. So they've kind of switched roles, which leads me to believe that this young man is switching around, but he also we got a good offense. Let's make something out of it.
Tyler Aronson is returning. His season got cut short last year due to a broken thumb. He finished the season with 1,683 yards, 21 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. He is ready to get rocking and rolling. I've watched him in practice. Man, he looks good throwing the ball. The big question mark is what receivers are going to step up, because we have a whole new crew here. Vondravius Jacobs, who was here last year, he's gone on to FSU. Justin Woolard transferred out of Vero Beach. Troy Smith is no longer playing football. Nate Gwynn graduated. He's up at the University of Illinois getting set to play up there. So your 4 main starters from a year ago, Gary, are all gone. And now you got to look at some guys that are transferring in. So they're having to learn the system and step up to the plate enough to be the starters here.
Well, and again, that's the whole thing, and that's what you do at this program as we get the national anthem being played right now.
They can't hear it. Okay. Yeah, go to break.
Jeremiah's Italian Ice loves our Vero Beach Fighting Indians. Jeremiah's offers over 40 flavors of Italian ice and 2 flavors of soft serve ice cream. The showcase of the menu is layering the 2 together for their gelati. Located off State Road 60 in the Marshalls Plaza, Jeremiah's Italian Ice. Live life to the coolest.
We get set for tonight's spring game here tonight. They're finishing up the national anthem here. And just before that, Gary and I were talking about the fact that we've got a whole new group of receivers here. Now, some of these guys are coming up from the JV program, and so they understand the overall program and the scheme for the offense. But then you got a few guys that are transfers in, Gary, that are going to be learning the system, and it'll be learning on the job.
And that's what Lenny's excited about, is getting the opportunity for these guys to get out here and to be able to get the contact, get things moving around, running your routes. You talked about being in position. You want to have your guys lined up in the right position, get the right splits as a receiver. You have new receivers. You have Makai Simmons, a young man that last year at Centennial caught 22 passes as a wide receiver. He's really got some nice hands. He's a good blocker out there. Then you got Isaiah Roberts, also a transfer in. He caught 31 passes last year. So you've got 2 veterans that are new to our program. Then you have the wide receiver to the right, RZ, is Chase Taylor, who played last year, made 1 fantastic catch last year. One hand, if you remember, pulled it in and ran for a touchdown of 43 yards. That's your receiving core. Then you got your sophomore, Jarvis Jacobs, who is the younger brother of Dre, who is at Florida State right now.
And, Gary, you had a chance to coach with him a little bit on JV last year.
He's an outstanding athlete.
All right, so the rules here tonight for this spring contest, there will not be any kickoffs. They'll start from the 30-yard line. So Vero Beach is going to start with the ball here, and we'll see Tyler Aronson with the 4-receiver set. Simmons, Taylor, Jacobs, Roberts. And in the backfield, it will be Jonathan Hillsman. Hillsman last year, 40 carries, 263 yards, and 4 touchdowns.
Now, they come right out immediately in a 3-4-4 type of deal, the defense.
Aronson looking to throw, swing it out left side for Hillsman. Off the left side, and Jonathan able to get some blocks and get downfield, picks up nearly 12.
We talked about the ability to block. You saw Mekhi Simmons that time, Isaiah Roberts on a little swing pass to the left. Did a great job of sustaining their blocks and getting the first down for Hillsman.
Pick up a first down. Quick tempo here. Aronson, pump fake. Now he's going to go, but he's going to be sacked. About a yard loss.
A little miscommunication there between the slot receiver. Now, in all fairness to Jacobs, Jarvis was in track up until this week. And there's a little miscommunication, the alignments. Those are the things you want to work out.
Lose 2, make it 2nd and 12. Swing it out left side. Complete. That is Jacobs. Get him on the positive side of the sticks and make it a 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, he didn't get a lot of good coverage there on it, but it was just a nice throw, good catch on that play. The play before, they ran a RPO, and he didn't finish it right the way he should, Jarvis.
On 3rd and 9, swing it left side. A flag is down. Not much going there on that play. We'll check the penalty here.
Well, that's that first hit.
It's going to be a sideline warning against Heritage.
That's that first hit that you see as a receiver, as a young receiver out there in the slot formation. Took a nice little chop shot that time, and he's learning. Again, it's all about being in right alignments, as GT talked about, being set, and knowing exactly what you've got to do.
I believe that was Roberts on the catch, right?
So 4th down, and Vero's, you might see him do a pooch kick. I think that's what you'll see here. We saw him do it last year.
Yep. See what Tyler's going to do here. Yep, he's going to pooch this away. All right, let's go down to the sideline, check in with GT.
Yeah, we were talking about the special teams, and there's some rules they're implementing tonight. Like you said, no kickoffs. They're also going to say right there, you saw Lenny, he signified to the other coach that he's going to punt. So he's not going to act like he's going to fake it, especially with Tyler being back there. He's signifying to the other coach, we are going to punt. There's no rush. That way they avoid injuries.
Okay. So the punt by Aronson puts the Heritage around their 22-yard line. So we'll get a chance to see the Indian defense for the first time, and we'll watch the Heritage offense take the field.
Vero's in their patent 3-4-5 type of, or 3-3-5 look. They bring 3 linebackers. They'll have 5 defensive backs and 3 down linemen.
Bacon, Montgomery, and Perry up front. Hendricks, Rivers, and Pollock at the linebackers. Reynolds, Anderson, Griffin, Smith, and Wesley in the secondary.
Besides the Xbox, my thrill of being exciting, he's had a great spring, is watch for number 7, Xavier Griffin play. He plays recklessly.
A.K.A. 2-2. First down and 10. Little motion. Handoff. Right side. Push ahead for about a 2-yard gain there for 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, right off the bat, you saw Deuce Montgomery get up and get penetration that time, got in the backfield, and just a 1-yard gain.
Just into this ball game, we're hitting the 10-minute mark in the first quarter here. And no score. Vero's had the ball for one possession, and now Heritage with their first possession. Tenta at quarterback with a 4-receiver set. Looking to throw. Fires it. It's caught, but did he keep it in bounds? No, he did not. It's incomplete for third down and long.
Good job of pushing the defender off as he broke to the outside. He was open. He would have had about a 7-8 yard catch there. Would have been short of the first down, but now brings up third and about 9 on it. But it was a good route, just a high throw.
Yeah, Donquell Wesley over there on the coverage at that corner position. 3rd and 9 coming up for Heritage. Again, going to go 4-receiver set, 3 on the right side, a single to the left. And it looks like
they're talking to him about their knee pads. You got to have your knee pads over your knees.
Tenta set up in the gun. Looking to throw over on the right side. And he will go down. Looked like there was incidental contact. At least that's what the Vero fans are hoping for. There is no flag.
Well, what happened was the ball was already thrown. Excuse me, and they had tied their legs up, and that's that incidental contact that happens on a deal like that. That was not a push or hand. They just got their legs tied up.
So the defense does its job. A 3 and out. Punt coming up. Davis set to punt away for Heritage. Back deep. 2-2 Griffin. A little high towering punt. And Griffin will catch it right around about the 40-yard line, maybe the 39-yard line. And that's where Vero Beach will get its second possession of the night.
I'm excited about Tutu as a return person. This guy's a great athlete, and he returned kicks last year from his high school he transferred in from, but he is just a gifted athlete. He's a fun kid to be around too.
Offense back out on the field. They got one first down in that last drive, but then ended up having to punt the ball away. They're going to start from their own 40-yard line, first down and 10, with no score here in the first quarter. Aronson, again, looking to throw. He's got time, good pressure, good protection, and he finds receiver Jarvis Jacobs, who lost the ball and recovered by the Panthers.
I tell you what, I was excited about Jarvis making the catch. He ran a good route. He had great protection. I'm talking about that line did a great job of protecting, allowing him to look deep. He came across on the drag route, and Jarvis made the catch. He had a rough series the series before. The one thing you don't want to do now is make that kind of a mistake and then have to jog to the bench to see Coach Jay.
Ball at the Vero 48-yard line, first down and 10. Panther offense back out on the field. Tenta this time is going to go up under center. Knight in the backfield, and the officials are going to stop play here for a second.
I think there's the 25. Oh, no, they sent Matt Bacon out. His knee pads. They give you a warning, then they're going to start making you leave the game.
Tenta, play action, fires. He's got a receiver who's open. It's caught, and it will be a score. Monroe, the receiver, into the end zone.
That, my friend, is a blown coverage. One defender was looking for help from the other, and he misread it or he didn't get the help he thought he was going to get. But he was wide open on a beautiful play-action fake and a great throw by Tenta, the quarterback.
Murphy going to come out to try the point after. 48-yard completion from Tenta to Monroe. And Murphy Gets the favorable bounce across the bar and makes it a 7-0 lead for Heritage.
Durfee's Heating and Cooling, a longtime friend and supporter of Christian FM. Durfee's Heating and Cooling offers air conditioning repairs, maintenance, and new installations. Family owned and operated, serving the Treasure Coast area. Durfee's Heating and Cooling, 772-971-5884.
The Fighting Indians rely on teamwork, and so does Christian FM. One of those teammates is Scott Sporting Goods. Scott Sporting Goods features an array of sporting equipment, including clothes and shoes. They are also the ones that fit our Fighting Indians broadcast team with the Fighting Indians apparel. Located in downtown Vero Beach, 1407 20th Street. Their phone number is 778-0661. Thanks to Scott Sporting Goods.
Well, a fumble, and the Panthers capitalize on it. One play, a completion for 48 yards to Monroe, and it's a 7-0 lead for Vero Beach. Score and drive brought to you by the McCall Insurance Agency, as Vero Beach now behind by 7 here in the first quarter with 8:33 to go. In this spring game, no kickoffs. We'll start from the 30. Pass, Taylor to the 34-yard line. And it'll be 2nd down and 6 coming up for the Fighting Indians.
Yeah, that's you take what's given to you type of mentality there by Tyler Aronson. That he threw was open receiver was Chase Taylor. He got the ball to him quick.
We'll set up with 3 receivers on our left side, a single to the right, which is Taylor. Hillsman in the backfield. And on 2nd down and 6, the line set. Hillsman through the hole. Shakes one tackle. He's got enough for a first down, but there's a flag.
A late flag on that play. And it's probably going to be a holding call.
Yep.
And those are the little things that hurt you in the beginning of any game, or especially in a spring game there.
Well, you take away a first down, Gary.
Yeah.
Because Jonathan had enough yardage for a first down. Now you are behind the chains now after the penalty.
Yeah, that's 2 first downs you've lost. A fumble. Yep. You had a first down on the fumble, and you now had a first down there, and you had a holding call by one of the linemen.
So instead of a first down and 10, it's going to be a 2nd down and 15 and make it 16 from the 24. Aronson fires. It's caught. What a good catch. And up to the 31-yard line. And that is Roberts on the catch.
Isaiah, 5'11", 174-pound, be a senior next year, did a great job of reading that route. He ran a stick route. He stopped, came back, made the catch, now brings up 3rd and about 8.
At the 32. Aronson got time. He's going to fire. He's got a receiver. Hillsman's got it. And he's still on his feet after contact. A flag is down back near the line of scrimmage.
That'll be holding. Most likely that's holding because it came late. And on the left side of that line, there was looked like they were tackling a guy over there possibly.
Boy, Hillsman, he got behind the coverage, man. And
it was a great
what a great throw by Aronson. He just dropped it right in there. But a holding penalty is going to negate that. 2nd time in this drive now. What was a sure first down is being taken away by a holding penalty.
You've got a new offensive line except for one guy, and that's Chase Stevens that's in that line, on that line that's a veteran. The rest of the guys are some of them play defense.
So you've got Vargas, Stevens, Phillips, Santos, and Montgomery. And Deuce is playing, as Gary said, on both sides of the ball right now.
And so will Phillips eventually. Corbin Phillips, who's the center, plays defense.
So back it up, make it a 3rd down and 19. Aronson, he's going to let it air out. He's looking for Taylor in between coverage there, and a flag's going to come in for interference.
Yeah, that's not incidental contact. when you push a man and you pushed him to cause him to get off his route like that. That's not incidental contact. That was a legitimate, he pushed. The defender did. And that'll be a first down. Well, it should be, I don't know if it's automatic.
Yeah, I don't know, because it was a 3rd down and 19.
Yeah,
so.
I think he's going to be short 4 yards.
Yeah.
Now, this is a 2-down territory here. You've got 3rd down and about 4 yards. It's 2-down territory, in my opinion, here for Vero Beach. Well, Chase literally almost had gotten himself in a great position to make that catch, rather.
So looking at 3rd and 4 at the 36. 7-0 lead. Heritage leading over Vero. Handoff, Hillsman looking for some blocks, trying to find the hole, and picks up about 2, maybe almost 3, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, he's going to be 1.5 yards short on that play, and most likely Lenny's going to go for it as a little bit of lightning to the south of us came across there.
I saw that.
So, again, not to make excuses, but boy, you're real thin right now, offensive line. This is experience these kids needed. They need to be out there.
All right, 2 backs in the backfield along with Aronson. Aronson was going to keep it, and the Heritage defense saw it, stopped it. Turnover on downs.
Wow.
We got a water break here with 5:38 to go in the first quarter. Heritage is leading over Vero Beach 7-0.
Since 1980, the Village Beach Market has been that local store on the beach filled with friends that always has something for everyone. And we've been Fighting Indian fans for generations. From fresh baked goods to prepared foods to chef-inspired lunches and dinners, our slogan says it best, simply better. We're online at villagebeachmarket.com.
This is Fighting Indians football on the Vero Nation Network. Brought to you by Molinari Pools. Let's join Gary Paris and the voice of the Fighting Indians, Paul Tipton.
Hey, thanks for joining us here tonight, Vero Nation. We are at the Citrus Bowl, Billy Living's Field. It's a spring game. Vero Beach hosting Heritage out of Palm Bay, and the Panthers right now with a 7-0 lead with 5:38 to go in the first quarter. Indians tried to go for it on 4th down. They did not get it, so it's a turnover on downs, and the Panther offense now going to head back out on the field for their 3rd possession of the night.
Well, that last play, they had more white jerseys in the backfield than we did red, and that always makes for a problem somewhere.
Gary, the trend that I'm seeing right now for Heritage is they started at their own 22-yard line on the first drive. The second drive, plus on the 48, now plus on the 44. Flags are going to stop this play before it happened.
Wow, that was
defense was coming hard on that play.
They said defense, number 4, Wesley jumped off sides. It was an encroachment on his part.
So it'll be 5 free yards and make it 1st down and 5 for Heritage.
Well, you saw everybody run up there real quick, and they got excited. They got up there, and just the corner just got a little anxious as he moved into the neutral zone on that play.
So again, Vero mistakes are allowing Heritage. They've capitalized with a score so far, but field position is also working in their favor right now. Oh, they're going to get another player off the field.
Yeah. It's good they do this now because the opening game, usually you see it in the opening game, that preseason kickoff.
1st and 5 at the 29. Ooh, and that's got to be a false start on the offense.
Yeah, I saw the 2 or 3 offensive linemen jumped that time, which brought us across.
So we get the 5 yards back. Still a 7-0 lead as we're working our way towards 5 minutes remaining in the first quarter.
Dead ball, false start.
And guess what? We're back to 1st and 10 again.
At the 34. Tenta, handoff, and wow, slicing through there, Avion Rivers from that linebacker spot, and it's a tackle for a loss.
That's shooting the gap really good that time, as you saw Rivers really read that, saw that handoff. He had a gap he went right through between the center and the guard and got up in there and made that hit that's a tackle for a loss. This young man has been very impressive to me since the end of last year and early spring this year.
2nd down, 13. Backed up to the 37. 3 receiver set. Play action. And a short pass. It's caught, but a minimal gain on the play.
Yeah, you give him a yard in the catch. Gives it down. Brings up 3rd and 11 now.
So it's going to be 3rd down and 11 for the Panthers. And Garrett, assume that Coach Benson's probably thinking 2-down territory.
Absolutely. You're up 7-0. Vero Beach hasn't shown you anything that they're afraid of yet offensively.
4 receiver set this time for Tenta. Twins on either side. Tenta winds up, lets it fly. He's going towards the sideline over there. Jump ball, and it goes on the ground, incomplete.
Oh, that's the coverage I talked to you about. Griffin. He can flat cover. You saw him on that play. He was stride for stride with his man. They threw it up like a 50-50 catch. Mm-hmm. With him out there, nah, you'll be lucky if it's a 10-90 and you the 90.
4th down and 11. And no indication of any type of punt here, so it looks like Coach Benson will elect to go for it here. The Panthers going to break the huddle, and they're going to send, again, same formation, 2 receivers on either side, 1 back in the backfield. Play clock's got to be getting down to Tenta. Flushed out of the pocket. He's got room to run, and he'll slide.
Now, depending where they mark him, he may.
Boy, yeah, it's where the slide starts.
Yeah, and
he may have slided just a tad early.
I think he got the 1st down. No, he didn't. He's short.
Yeah,
he's
short.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, there's where you've got to be careful. When you make that slide, you've got to know where the marker is. You've got to know where your 1st down is. He slid. He was literally a yard behind where the line of scrimmage to make the 1st down was.
So turnover on downs. Vero Beach will get the ball. Start at their own 25. Down by 7. Offense has got to find some rhythm here and avoid the penalties. Trips to the left side. Aronson steps back, looking, fires, middle of the field. He's got Roberts. He's got it. Out of bounds around the 32-yard line, and Isaiah Roberts with a big catch flips the field.
And I tell you what, that's a heads-up by Roberts, and that's a heads-up by Tyler Aronson, as he had plenty of time that time to throw the ball, and he found his receiver. He let it go. I'm going to tell you, that was a 45-yard pass, but it was 10 yards behind the line, so that's 55 yards in the air.
Roberts with a 45-yard catch. Gets him into Panther territory at the 33. 1st down and 10. Handoff Hillsman. Had to stutter step a little bit. He'll pick up a yard or 2. 2nd down as we have 2:20 and counting in the first quarter. Vero's down by 7.
Yeah, your guard's got to get out there a little quicker to help him on that play. He was looking for his help on the inside. It was a trap play, and he just got a yard out of that.
Twin receivers on either side. 2nd and 9. Hillsman set up right side of Aronson. Looking to throw. Fires. Looking for Taylor. Good coverage. Breaks up the pass. And it's 3rd down.
Yeah, that was by Moore. Did a good job. I got to get this last. Yeah, Moore. That's who that was. King Moore broke that up really quick. He came flying up from his corner position, timed it just right, and it brings up 3rd and 9. Again, 2-down territory most likely here.
First incompletion for Aronson on the night. Tyler's looking to throw left side. Finds his receiver over there. Roberts again. Roberts fighting for the yardage. Don't know if he got enough for a first down.
No, he's going to be short probably about 4 yards on the play. But it gives you a makeable play here when you got this 4 yards to go.
Interesting. You're going to bring
actually, they say you got a yard to get.
Yeah, it's 4th and 1.
Yeah, when they first marked it, I thought it was going to be 4 yards.
And they brought Rivers, the linebacker, is in.
And also
and
you see Bacon. Yeah, this is a big guy. 4th and 1. You got to get it. They're going to be playing right up into gaps.
Handoff, right side.
He got it.
And he got enough. That's Jonathan Hillsman with the carry. It'll be enough for a first down and move the chains with 1:34 to go here in the first quarter, and Vero down by 7.
Good, just enough, though. I'm going to tell you right now.
Yeah. It wasn't by much.
It wasn't by much. And I tell you, he's saying, guys, give me a little more surge up there, okay? A little more surge by that offensive line.
All right, back to a regular offensive formation here. Aronson looking. Pressure coming. Fires. And it'll be incomplete. The pressure got to him.
Yeah, he had a delayed blitz that time. You saw Douglas coming out of the to the left side it was a corner blitz. He came from the left side in there, and he blitzed, and really he was more like a linebacker, but he lined up in that wide side that time, and he timed it beautifully. And he had an open receiver, Taylor, but he just couldn't. The pressure from Moore, the defender, caused that ball to be short.
2nd and 10. Play action. Aronson fires, looks for Taylor. Taylor, boy, he had 3 defenders right around him, and that play goes for a loss.
It looked like a little bit of a screen pass.
Yeah.
I was thinking, but I didn't see but white shirts all around. And again, these are the things GG talked about. The fundamentals of getting this on film, seeing where you're supposed to be, and having an idea of when you get a chance to look at it again.
3rd and 12. Aronson looking, firing. He's going to go out of bounds as it was well defended. So it's 4th down.
Yeah, I think he was trying to hit Makai Simmons on that play. And I don't know whether there was a miscommunication between Makai or Tyler on that play. Cause
it might have been just throwing it away, but I don't know. It was pretty well defended.
Yeah, it was pretty well defended.
16 seconds to go in the first quarter. It's a 4th down and 12 for Vero Beach from the 25. Check over to the coach to get the signal. And we'll go with the twin receiver formation on both sides. Hillsman in the backfield. Aronson looking for his receiver. Caught. Jacobs stays on his feet, and he'll have enough for a first down.
You may have had a rough couple series, young man, but that one makes up for it. You nearly gave us all a heart attack up here. He was wide open, great route, great read by the quarterback. He caught it, and as he got hit, he bobbled it, but he was able to regroup himself mentally and catch the ball and got the first down, and he's first and goal.
Picked up 19 on that. Great concentration from the 5, first and goal. Play action, firing to the corner, looking for Roberts. It's caught! What a pass and what a catch!
Oh, my goodness. I tell you what, Tyler Aronson could not have put that ball any better than where he put it. The question was Roberts going to get turned around quick enough? And he did. What a great adjustment. He turned his body around, found the ball, and made the catch. There's no way you could have defended that, folks. That was a beautiful throw and a great route.
Lewis gets set for the extra point. Puts it up, and it is good. So Vero Beach, it took them a little while, but they finally found the end zone at the end of the first quarter. And at the end of one, we are tied at 7 apiece. Spring game here at the Citrus Bowl between Heritage of Palm Bay and your own Vero Beach Fighting Indians. We'll be back. This is Fighting Indians football.
To Longevity Rehab Centers in Vero Beach and Sebastian, owned by locals whose mission is to help heal those who are hurting with a goal of getting them back to a productive life. Longevity Rehab has built a reputation of trust with their clients from the top down, offering both physical and massage therapy designed to restore, relieve, or maintain a healthy lifestyle. Blue Cross Blue Shield, Humana, Cigna, United Healthcare, Health First, Medicare, and most insurances are accepted. LongevityRehab.com.
Air Docs of the Treasure Coast, cooling specialists, are Fighting Indians football supporters. They know how important it is to have a cooling system that can stand up to our Florida heat. Air Docs offers a full range of cooling and heating services, including repairs, tune-ups, and systems maintenance. Online at airdocsac.com and Facebook.
This is Vero Beach Fighting Indians football on Christian FM. Let's join Gary Paris and the voice of the Fighting Indians, Paul Tipton.
Hey, thanks for joining us. We'll get set to start the second quarter here in just a second, but I want to go down to the field, check in with Dr. Matt Paris, former quarterback, can totally appreciate the play he just saw.
Wow, how about the poise, the whole drive, just whether it's third down, fourth down, and that pass right there, he threw it to a spot, let his receiver make a play. Big time decision, big time throw.
Tyler's 11 of 14 for 107 yards and a touchdown now. As that play for Heritage goes nowhere as the red shirts just stacked it up. Rivers leading the way along with Pollock there. Gary, that last drive for Vero Beach, 9 plays, 75 yards. Roberts with the 5-yard catch, and we're tied up at 7.
Well, the key play, in my opinion, was the catch by Jacobs to get that first down after, on fourth down. He had to have that, on third down. He got that first down. That's a big, big play on that catch. He bobbled it, and he caught it, and was able to get the first down.
See, good things happen when you don't get penalties.
That's exactly right.
Second down and 11. Tenta from the gun. He's looking to throw. Swings it out left side for his receiver or his running back. Boy, great closing speed on that.
That was a fantastic tackle over there, too. That was Derek Williams did a great job. Yeah. He did a great job.
Derek made some plays last year.
Yes, he did. He made one right there, too. Brings up third and about 11.
Just getting into the second quarter here. We're tied up at 7. And the defense starting to find its way here. Really starting to ratchet it up a little bit. It's third down and 11 for the Panthers. From their own 29. Timeout's going to be taken by the Panthers, so we'll step aside as well with 10:17 to go second quarter. We're tied at 7.
Christian FM can put this game on the radio thanks to the support of businesses like Chuck Bateman State Farm Insurance in Vero Beach. Chuck's goal is to create an atmosphere where customers can talk about what's important to them. He's also a huge supporter of our local chapter of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Chuck's phone is 567-1106 or chuckbatemaninsurance.com.
A septic system is only as good as the installation and maintenance. Reliable Septic is the name known along the coast for being the professionals who install and service these systems for both residential and commercial uses. They'll determine the on-site needs and design considerations for a complete wastewater treatment system, thanks to Reliable Septic Service. 772-562-4242.
Back here at the Citrus Bowl, Billy Livings Field, Paul Tipton along with Gary Paris, GT Paris, Matt Paris, as we're here tonight for the spring contest. Vero Beach hosting Heritage out of Palm Bay. It's tied up at 7 here in the second quarter, 10-17 to go. Timeout by the Panthers as they're looking at 3rd down and 11. Needed an opportunity to regroup here and see what they can dial up here on this 3rd and long play. Receiver's going to go in motion. Tenta rolling out to his right, looking to fire. Almost intercepted. Boy, I tell you what. Tutu Griffin had a beeline on it. Now we got pushing and shoving going on.
Oh, there was guys punching our guy out on the. There is a flag, but holy moly.
Wow. Guys got to be careful here. And now here comes a flag.
And that'll be an offsetting penalty probably, but I tell you, that was a great job defensively on that play. This should be a dead ball foul.
Yeah.
And it should be both teams, and Vero should get the ball. Well, they should punt the ball.
Unfortunately, what takes away from was a really good play there as Tutu Griffin had a beeline on that pass. Almost intercepted it. Broke it up, obviously, to make it incomplete. It's 4th down and 11. Now we got to figure out what kind of penalties are going to be called here and where the ball's going to end up.
I think it's offsetting, and it'll be. I think it's to be offsetting. It goes back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, if it's offsetting, then that just means 4th down and 11.
And that makes it. Yeah, they were. But this should be 4th down because it was dead ball.
So what's being said from the sideline is that our coaches are complaining that the Heritage players were throwing punches and there should have been at least a flag against them, not offsetting penalties.
I forgot. I thought GT was talking to us, and I said, yeah, they were. They were throwing punches with our guy down on the ground. I don't understand that at all.
So it appears at the moment, well, now the Heritage players are moving backwards.
Okay, now they went back to the original line of scrimmage.
I'm not even sure what really brought all of this on. I mean, we were watching a play, and then next thing we know, we see 2 guys over there wrestling on the ground. For us or for them? All right, let's go down the sideline and check in with GT.
Okay, so what we have, like we said, the offsetting calls for both our Vero and Palm Bay for the extracurricular activities. 69 on Palm Bay has been ejected for actually throwing punches. So he was the only player in the skirmish that is actually ejected out of the game. So it's offsetting penalties.
All right, Desan Barnes of Heritage is no longer participating in this contest. Heritage is elected to punt the ball away. Wow, nice high towering punt. That went inside the 20.
Wow.
And it's going to be at the 10-yard line. What a punt.
You talk about flipping the field. That's what happened on that play right there. They flipped the field on that. And I guess they're bringing it back to the 30. No, they're holding it down there.
No.
He did that. It's where the ball lands. If you don't go up and catch it, Vero just did not have anybody in that. They didn't expect that kid to kick the ball 50 yards.
Well, is it where the ball lands or where it stops?
It's where it stops.
Okay. Because I was about to say, because if it landed around about the 25.
Well, it's where it stopped right there because that's.
All right. We're at the 10-yard line. We're tied at 7, 9:51 to go second quarter. Vero Beach offense back out on the field. Aronson fires. Roberts trying to get around a block, and good job by Heritage. They broke it down, and it's a loss.
Yeah, we're right now just not quite ready to getting our blocks on our screens out there yet. And that's something Coach Harris and Coach Mark Harris, the receiver coach, and Coach Jankowski, the offensive coordinator and head coach, will work on, I promise you.
2nd and 11. Clock at 9:17 and counting, second quarter. Aronson, he's looking. He wants to throw over the middle of the field. Boy, he had Jacobs. Jacobs took a shot. He gets back up.
That might have been head-to-head.
It was pretty close.
Pretty close.
I think it was a legal play.
It was a great hit. I mean, he knocked.
Yeah.
He bounced right back. He was open for a second.
Jarvis might go back to the huddle and say, "Hey, Tyler, don't lead me into that again, please." All right, so 3rd down and 11. Low snap, handoff. Trying to get out. Boy, that just got busted right from the get-go with the low snap. Totally threw everything off. It's another tackle for a loss. As Hillsman, he just had nothing. He couldn't do anything with it.
Yeah, well, it's 4th down. You got to punt it now.
You got to punt this ball
away. And I'm
away.
really interested in see who our punter is this year.
You and me both.
I
Well, I didn't see anything on our roster that indicated a punter.
It looks like Tyler
I'm
is
thinking
going
Tyler might be the guy. And they're going to catch it right around about the 35, 36-yard line. So their punt really flipped the field. Our mistakes helped their cause and gave them a short porch on our punt that was really not much of anything.
Well, the flip was the big deal. I mean, when he hit that ball and went 50-some-odd yards, on that kick, that made a big difference right there. That pinned you back deep. And then you just couldn't get anything going from there. They were they were in our backfield. They just disrupted our timing. You got a receiver that took a good shot coming across the middle.
This is where you need your defense to step up and make a big play here. Start at the Vero 35. 1st down and 10. We're tied at 7. 8:03 second quarter, and false start will move the Panthers back 5 yards. Back to the 40-yard line where it'll be 1st and 15. Trips to the right side. Tenta with a 4-receiver set. Now he wants his back end motion. Pump fake. Vero saw something there, and they defended it well. No, we're going to get a head-to-head shot here now. As Tenta went down, and then he took a shot right to the helmet.
He did. He did, and that was a good call. I mean, it's a good call.
Yeah. And that'll give him a 1st down.
Yep. And again, that was not intentional.
No,
he was
it
going
wasn't.
down to make the hit, and the quarterback is a runner at that time. He becomes a runner, and he lowers his shoulder. When he lowers his shoulder, you got to go low to get him, and there's sometimes they're going to take those hits like that. But that was too solid of a head-to-head hit.
So it'll be 1st down and 10 from the 19-yard line. 7.5 to go, second quarter. We're tied at 7. Tenta's got 3 receivers to his left, a single to the right, one back in the backfield. It's a handoff. Knight, left side. Red shirts are pursuing. And it'll be about a 2-yard gain, maybe?
Yeah, it was a great pursuit by the
Maybe
right
a yard.
side of the defense. They did a good job. You saw Deuce Montgomery the big guy who's already got an offer from Western Kentucky as a defensive lineman. I think that young man could be a offensive lineman or defensive lineman. He's just still under the radar right now, and I'll tell you what, he had a great spring practice, and I like watching the kid play.
Second down. 2nd and 9. Tenta, he's going to fire towards the corner. Receiver is there, and it goes right through his hands. He was looking for Samuel.
Yeah, he got away with a little push, too.
He did.
Yeah, I really think that he's going, I got to get a little separation. He pushed Wesley just a little. That could have been called, but it wasn't. And, again, I kind of like when they don't, let them play a little bit down there.
Yeah.
Let them have a little bit of contact. I feel that if it's not overwhelming contact, then, keep it clean like that.
So 3rd down and 9 from the 18-yard line. 6.5 left, second quarter. Tenta up under center this time. And play clock went to 0. Timeout's going to be taken by Heritage. So we'll step aside as well. We're tied at 7.
The Tripp family, GNC, and the Miracle Mile are crazy about the Vero Beach Fighting Indians and their fans. Joe and his staff have over 2 decades in the supplement business and know all about sports nutrition, along with vitamins, herbs, weight loss, and wellness products. GNC also offers meal replacements and testosterone support and tailors their products to meet individual needs. 562-2450.
A family business for 25 years, Total Golf Cart supports the Fighting Indians and their fans. They're the authorized club card dealer and love to assist buyers to find the golf cart that best meets their needs. They offer both new and used club cars. And Total Golf Cart also has a full service department at 1140 South US 1 in Vero Beach or at TotalGolfCart.com.
Back here at the Citrus Bowl where we are tied at 7 midway through the second quarter. Spring game here tonight. It's Heritage of Palm Bay and Vero Beach here at the Citrus Bowl. Heritage trying to see if they can capitalize on a short field here. And they're looking at a 3rd and 9 from the Vero 18. Tenta. Ball got batted at the line of scrimmage, and it will fall incomplete. Pressure coming, led by Matt Bacon.
I tell you what, he had Judah Knight was wide open on that play. If that ball doesn't get tipped at the line of scrimmage, I don't know about getting a first down, but he would have had some positive yards on that play.
Instead, it's 4th down and 9. And in this format here, if you have to let the officials know if you plan on going for it or not, and it looks like Heritage will. Heritage breaks the huddle to the line.
Now they call the timeout.
A quick timeout by Coach Benson.
And that may be his last timeout.
Yeah, it should be.
Half.
It should be his last timeout here with 6:13 remaining here in the second quarter. So, Gary, I mean, I don't know. You said in the previous break that you thought that was an intentional. Play clock was pretty much at 0, but you said you felt like that was intentional because he wanted to see what the defense was going to do. Obviously, here again, and I just heard the horn.
There goes the horn.
Yeah.
And
delay.
What we were talking about is that he purposely, in my opinion, said, look, I want to go back.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what they line up at. If they line up in a certain formation, then I want to come back and run this play.
Well, we just heard the horn. That's for the lightning indicator, and that means they're going to have to clear the field here.
Now, it used to be a mandatory 30 minutes. It's not.
No, they've changed that.
Yeah, they've changed it, and it has to be 10 miles away from you.
Well, they haven't cleared the field yet, but but I would imagine that they're going to have to. Yeah. Yeah. So they're going to delay this for a few minutes as we wait to see so we'll see. I mean, looking at the radar right now, there is a pretty significant cell that is coming from the west. We'll see if it's actually going to develop into anything here, but it might just move on here. So tell you what we're going to do. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back in just a few moments. It's 7-7 here in the second quarter with 6:13 remaining. This is Fighting Indians football.
Since 1980, the Village Beach Market has been that local store on the beach filled with friends that always has something for everyone. And we've been Fighting Indian fans for generations. From fresh baked goods to prepared foods to chef-inspired lunches and dinners, our slogan says it best, simply better. We're online at villagebeachmarket.com.
Caps Pizza and Pub, a proud sponsor of the Fighting Indians and Christian FM, serving Vero for over 35 years. Caps offers Italian cuisine, including pizzas, strombolis, calzones, hot and cold subs, plus wings. A family-owned and operated business, John and his staff are happy to serve. Caps Pizza and Pub, 725 27th Avenue Southwest, Vero Beach, 772-770-2277 or capspizzamenu.com.
Durfee's Heating and Cooling, a longtime friend and supporter of Christian FM. Durfee's Heating and Cooling offers air conditioning repairs, maintenance, and new installations. Family owned and operated, serving the Treasure Coast area. Durfee's Heating and Cooling, 772-971-5884.
HBS Glass is a proud supporter of Fighting Indians Athletics and Christian FM. Since 1973, HBS Glass has served homeowners, architects, and contractors in the Vero Beach area. HBS Glass offers hurricane impact windows and doors. HBS Glass, 722 3rd Place or hbsglass.com. Thanks to HBS Glass.
The Fighting Indians rely on teamwork, and so does Christian FM. One of those teammates is Scott Sporting Goods. Scott Sporting Goods features an array of sporting equipment, including clothes and shoes. They are also the ones that fit our Fighting Indians broadcast team with the Fighting Indians apparel. Located in downtown Vero Beach, 1407 20th Street. Their phone number is 778-0661. Thanks to Scott Sporting Goods.
Well, we're back here at the Citrus Bowl, Billy Livings Field, and we are in a weather delay. The horn sounded just a few moments ago, and it stops us at the 6:13 mark left in the second quarter, and we're tied at 7. And to be completely open and honest here, looking at the radar, it doesn't look favorable for us to continue on with this contest. But you never know. This is Florida. Things can change in a moment. And we'll see. You know, we'll give it a few moments for sure, obviously, to see what the decisions are going to be. But, you know, with an exhibition game like this, Gary, you know, there's not as much pressure to try to make this game happen. So you just wonder, like, how long will they try to wait this out?
Yeah, I'm with you. I think that what they, you know, it's like safety first. There's no use getting anybody hurt. At the field, if it just rains, comes in, but lightning is a dangerous thing, and that's what I see. A lot of lightning somewhere between. Right now, it's like 7 o'clock. So between 7:30 and 9:30, seems like it'll be a lot of lightning and rain, but that's all subject to change too.
Agreed, Gary. So while we have a moment here, let's just kind of take a look at what we've seen so far from Vero Beach. What's your evaluation? Let's start with the offense.
Well, I think that the inexperience on the offensive line shows. We don't have the veterans we had last year, and we don't have the depth this year. You've got 2 injured starters that are out right now, but you're getting the guys that needed a lot of reps. You've got Antoine Montgomery playing both ways. You got Corbin Phillips, who's been snapping the ball, allowing Chase Stevens to play a guard, and Chase can even play tackle if he has to. And so you're right now is trying to get that combination to work. We've had some, Lenny will see it, he'll look at it, and he'll say we got to do a better job blocking on our screens. And that's the thing that he takes a lot of pride in because he's got a lot of athleticism with the speed and of his receivers, especially on the outside and some of the inside slot guys. But we got to do a little better job blocking on those to make this offense click. Now, they gave Tyler several seconds, several times to throw the ball.
Yeah, that was impressive to see the time that he had to throw.
And so they were dropping. They rushed 3, and they were dropping 8 guys back into coverage and to try to take away the underneath throw as much as they could on it. Again, it's a game where you want to play people, you want to see things, and I think what GT said earlier in the broadcast when he was with Lenny and all like that was talking was that making sure people were lined up in the right place.
Yeah.
Be in the right area. And then you can see if you run your routes good, see if you get the right depth, see if you get your blocks. There was a trap play called, and it looked a little bit like the left guard didn't get out there fast enough. Those are things that you look for as a coach. You know you're going to have to work harder because this is, you're going out there with a lot of guys that haven't, there's 2 guys for sure that haven't been a lot of snaps on that offensive side.
True.
That are over there. So it's offensively, you're 7-7 in a game that you made a lot of mistakes and you missed some blocks. Defensively, I thought that Mata's group has done a good job. I really, other than there was a blown coverage down here where the safety really was looking for help, or in the corner thought the safety was going to come over, and it looked like just a misread by the defense that allowed that touchdown to happen, because that ball was up for grabs normally. But he saw it, he laid it up out there, and again, when you blow a coverage and you're got a guy 10, 12 yards open, you usually you've blown it.
Yeah, that's a good point there. All right, we're in a weather delay. We still have 6 minutes and 13 seconds left in the second quarter. We're tied at 7-7. If they decide to resume this game, Heritage is coming back out to look at a 4th down and 9 at Vero Beach's 18-yard line. That's where things sit right now. What we're going to do is we're just going to step aside. We'll keep the broadcast going. So if you're watching this on YouTube and you got the live feed going, we'll keep you'll see on there's a graph that says we're in a weather delay. We're going to keep that going. If for some reason that they decide that they're going to call the game, we'll come back and let you know what's going on. And, of course, if they come back to resume the game, we'll be back on the air. So in the meantime, maybe pop some popcorn or whatever, maybe have a little snack or something like that, and hopefully we'll get back to some Fighting Indians football. Right now, 7-7 between Vero Beach and Heritage. We hope to have more shortly. This is Fighting Indians football. Hey, Vero Nation, well, it looks like we're going to get this rest of this game in, we hope, or at least a portion of it. We got the all-clear signal. And we got 6 minutes and 13 seconds to go before we finish the first half of play. We're tied at 7. Paul Tipton, Gary Paris, and we're working to get you our video feed back here in just a moment. We had to take our cameras down because couldn't have anything up on top of the press box. So we'll have a video footage coming here in just a few minutes. In the meantime, Gary, looking at some of the numbers here, Tyler Aronson at this point is 12 of 16 for 107 yards and a touchdown. Isaiah Roberts has got 6 catches for 64 yards. Jarvis Jacobs has got 3 catches for 33 yards. Chase Taylor, 2 for 2 yards. And Hillsman's got 1 catch for 12 yards. They haven't done a lot on the ground game so far. But, you and I were talking a little bit during this break here about, some of the things you expect in a spring game where, because some of the problem is that you've got some guys that haven't actually been at practice because they've been involved in track or they've been involved in baseball or combination of the two things and whatnot, or they've been hurt.
Yeah, that's part of the problem. All right, you named it all right there. You may have left out lacrosse, too. But the guys were literally. I mean, you've got guys that have not been out there. Jarvis Jacobs hasn't been but one practice, and that he is now getting a chance to show. He looked good in that practice, so he looked good. So he looked good in practice, but he's trying to get his playing skills back together. So those are the things you're looking for. Offensive linemen, we talked about that. You've got 2 defensive guys playing on the offensive side of the ball, and now we're getting ready to blow the whistle, and they're going to start this game. At they're gonna get this thing started here, and rightfully so, because when you look at the radar, honestly, I'm amazed that we're actually gonna continue on here because I did not think we would actually get it all clear. I figured we were just gonna end up calling this thing. So here's the scenario: we're tied at 7. We're in the second quarter with 6 minutes, 13 seconds to go. Heritage has got a 4th down and 9 at the 18-yard line of Vero Beach. And Coach Benson had taken a couple of timeouts to kind of survey the defense to see what they were going to call here. And so now, the defense has had plenty of time to figure out what they want to do. And so I guess maybe the offense too. And so we'll see. There's the whistle. Tenta in the gun. He's looking to throw. Forced out of the pocket. He wants to run. He's going to try to run for it. Not sure he's going to get it. Boy, he get a lot of yardage there. He got the first down.
And he got a first down. It'll be 1st and goal for the Panthers.
That's the skill set that I thought I would see more of in this game. Is this young man is a great running back as a quarterback. He averaged close to 3 or 4 yards, but he got a lot of sacks last year, but he ran really well at times. And that's one of his assets. That's 1st and goal now from about the 4-yard line.
Yeah, so he got all the way down to the 4-yard line where it's going to be 1st and goal. Clock continues to roll here at 5 minutes and 20 seconds.
That's a great play for them and just not a good play for Vero Beach on 4th down.
Oh, they're going to delay a game. Wow.
The 25-second clock went off, I think, on that one. And so that's that reason that penalty.
So back him up to the 9-yard line. 1st and goal. Kenta's under center. Got a hand off to Knight left side. He shakes one tackle, but wow, what another big hit coming in, and that's Kevin Pollock.
Yeah, Kevin Pollock and Rivers was right there, and the first hit that came off that edge out there was, I believe that was Wesley coming out of there on that play. Did a good job of getting in across that line of scrimmage.
2nd and goal at the 9. Game's tied at 7. Clock continues to tick here. 4.5 to go in the second quarter. Tenta Up under center again. Fakes the handoff. Rolls out to his right. Fires downfield. No receiver in the area. And that is a new rule that was actually from last season. That they allow the quarterback, once he's outside of the tackle box, he can throw the ball away.
I absolutely love it. Great pressure that time by Bacon. Bacon forced him out of it. It was going to be that fake handoff, and what he was going to do is drop back and try to build some time for himself. But because he was under pressure by Bacon, he had to roll to the right. Nobody there but a bunch of red shirts, and wisely he threw the ball away, which you and I've said over years and years of doing these games, that rule should be in place.
3rd and goal. Trips to the right side. They want to go to quick snap. Tenta fires, looking for a receiver, and in and out of his hands. He wasn't going to go anywhere anyway. He had 3 red shirts right there, and it brings up 4th and goal.
Yeah, they had a whip route inside there by that receiver. He goes down in like he's doing a slant to the inside. He plants, then comes back outside, whips to the back to the outside. But the pressure was good, and the coverage was even better.
Braden Davis now going to come out and try a field goal for Heritage. Looking at a 26-yarder.
Well, if it's anything like that extra point he kicked earlier.
That's a different kicker.
Oh, it's a different kicker.
That was Murphy that kicked that extra point, yeah. Low snap, but there's no pressure allowed, so it's just a free kick more or less. And it's down the pike, and Heritage retakes the lead 10-7 with 4:06 remaining here in the second quarter. Took us a long time, Gary, to get through that 4th down and 9, but we finally got there. And then Heritage, obviously, with the play with Tenta's feet, able to get into a 1st and goal situation. And the defense didn't totally break. They only gave up 3 points instead of 7.
Absolutely, and you're absolutely right, Paul. And
thank you, Ronnie.
Yeah. But you're right there on that call. That was the thing you do. That 4th down and 9 allowed them to get the 1st down. Mm-hmm. That's just one of those calls that will drive Coach Mata crazy, a situation like that.
All right, so we start from our own 30. 1st down and 10. Aronson's got 4 receivers, twins on either side. Handoff is to Hillsman. He slipped a little bit, but able to get a little bit of a push. About maybe a 2-yard gain on that run.
And that's what we have had a lack of tonight is been the running game. We have not had any 8-9 yard gains, it seems like, on the run. If anything, you get one of them, but all of a sudden you've had like about 6 or 7 where you get 1 yard, 2 yards, or no yards.
3.5 to play, second quarter. Coach Jankowski's got all 3 timeouts to use here. It's 2nd down and 8 from the 32.
They're doing equipment issues. That's
it's on Heritage this time.
Half the team's coming off, seems like. Getting the right. You know, you can, in college, you see the guys in the pros. Mm-hmm. You see the guys roll. Not in high school. You can't do that.
Oh. Yeah, they're stopping play again.
Because he has knees.
A guy that just checked in.
His knees. You can see his knees. All right, Come on. Let's give me somebody that has got their knee pads. All right, let's try this now, Paul.
2nd and 8. Hopefully everybody's got their knees covered. Aronson fires over the middle of the field. Taylor trying to come back for it. Aronson had a little pressure in his face, couldn't follow through all the way. It came up short.
Yeah, Chase was wide open. If the ball could have got there, but he couldn't. There was pressure on him, and he tried to get back in there to get that position, the ball, as it was coming to the ground. He almost made a great catch.
It's going to stop the clock at 2:58, second quarter. Vero's down by 3. And on 3rd down and long, swing pass going for Hillsman. And there's way too many white shirts. Hillsman does a good job to stay on his feet, but it's going to bring up 4th down and about 3.
Little swing screen pass. You get your 2 wide receivers blocking for you. And, again, these are things you got to work on. Teams see this, they're going to put it. You try to get your big guys on your, especially in the slot if you can, to get that block for you. Now it brings up 4th down and about 2. Surprised here a little bit, Paul, or what?
What, that we're going for it?
Yeah.
No.
I am.
I know how much Coach Jankowski does not like to punt.
I know, but he's
going to take a timeout here and talk it over.
Yeah, he'll do that.
2:13 to go.
I'm a little surprised. I mean, I say that to you only because.
Well, I'll say this, with the possibility of.
You may be right, but the thing too is that, again, I don't know we have a punter yet.
I don't think we do. I think Tyler is the punter right now.
And again,
yeah.
you're like I was just going to say, the wind's blowing from east to west, and here you are. You're going to be trying to kick
and our
it from
team's
west,
going from west to east.
Yeah. That's why that guy got that beautiful 50-yard punt. And he had that wind behind him, and
it's like I tell Matt on the golf course, it's all part of the game.
Absolutely.
4th down and 2.
Understand you gave Matt a little education today.
I'm not saying anything. Aronson waits for the snap. He's going to hand off to Hillsman, trying to work off the right side. He got stood up, and it is turnover on downs.
Again, everybody's got to execute their blocks, and if you don't make the contact, you don't make the blocks, then that's what's going to happen right there. You've got to get your blocks. And coaches, and I guarantee you, offensive line, Coach Willis and them, DeLuke, are going to be all over that here on that play. So that gives them excellent field position with 1:43 to go in the first half.
The tent is going to come out, bring the offensive unit. Twin receivers on the right side. Actually, a trips to the right side. Now the receiver's going to go in motion. Quick strike by Tenta. Finds his receiver, but a good job by Reynolds to come up from the corner spot and make the tackle.
That was an outstanding play by Reynolds on that play. Stayed at home. He saw that was his area. He had the outside part of the field, and he took it, made the tackle. Only 2-yard gain on that play.
Amar Reynolds will be a senior this fall. Playing that corner spot for Vero. 2nd down and 8. 45 seconds to go. Handoff right side. Got about a yard gain out of that, and that was Clark on the carry.
Boy, nice job tackling there by, you get that number, 94 is Bobby Burdick. He is a talented, he's a sophomore next year, and he's got a lot of potential. Coaches really, really like him.
3rd down and 7 at the 34. 5 seconds. They're going to let this go to halftime, I believe.
That's it?
Yeah.
I don't understand
why
I
don't think they were aware of the clock. I don't think the quarterback was aware of the clock. And so that brings us to halftime. So now the interesting question becomes, will we have a second half of play? I don't know.
Well, I wonder how much time they're going to take, because they took such a big break, almost 30 minutes.
Okay. All right, let's go down to Matt, who's got Coach Jankowski.
Coach, let's get your assessment. Let's start with the offense of first half of spring game.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty sloppy. We've made some plays for sure. I thought Tyler, the quarterback play, has been we've played well at that position, and we made some plays, but just some things between penalties, turning the ball over, not playing very good complementary football to where we're backed up in the territory, couldn't get out, and then give them field position. Playing good defense, gave up the one big play, for the touchdown, but. All in all, kind of probably, not that you wish for it, but kind of how, when you look back on it, how a spring game kind of goes with, a lot of new faces and a lot of new places and an opportunity to go against a different color jersey and with some different schemes, some different looks. So, every experience has value. We surely should learn some things from this first half. Hopefully get the second half in and get some more ball in.
All right, Coach, appreciate your time. Let you get to the boys. Back to you guys.
All right, so the word is they're basically going to allow a ceremony to take place here. So once this game is done, the plan is they are going to take up the field and the track because for this coming fall, they're going to replace it with the field turf, and so that means that they got to tear everything up. So this has always been a tribute to Bill Wilson, I should say. And so they wanted to do this was going to be after the game, but they decided to do it now. And it's one last lap, Gary.
You get an opportunity to come down, and people that have played for Bill Wilson as in track. Matt won 2 state championships with Coach Wilson as a pole vaulter, and you'll see in some of his. Now you even got the young players are taking a walk with the fans and the friends and everything. This is a great tribute to a fantastic man. This is a coach that came through and did an outstanding job. Mm-hmm. Back when integration became a part of our school program, Bill Wilson was one of those that was a coach up in Gifford, came down and got into coaching here in Vero Beach. They brought him down, and I'm going to tell you something. He has been the character that, of all people, I absolutely love the guy. I love his family. I had a chance to coach with him when I was coaching with Billy Livings, and Bill Wilson was on that staff. There's not one person has more class, more character, loved the kids, loved this community than Bill Wilson did. And I'm just so thrilled to see this tribute to Coach Wilson and his family. And it means a lot to the old-timers like me that have been around, and to watch his legacy was built by working with young kids. And he won 2 state championships, and won a state championship with Billy in football as a coach. And and again, it's just a great tribute to a wonderful, wonderful guy. God bless them all. I'm proud to see our kids, who many of them never knew who Coach Wilson was. Never got a chance to see him. Never got a chance to see that big smile of his. And again, what a great honor it is. And I'm proud of our community. I'm proud of our school system, Paul, for putting this together.
All right, we're going to step aside for a few minutes, and as they make this lap around the track here, we'll take a break. When we come back, they're going to get back to the second half of this ball game here, as they're kind of doing an abbreviated version of halftime here. So we'll have more Fighting Indians football coming your way. Currently at halftime, it is a 10-7 lead for Heritage over Vero Beach.
Hi, Derek West here from the Genesis Church of Vero Beach. We are proud supporters of Fighting Indians football and Vero Beach athletics. We invite you to join us this Sunday at 9:15 for our services. If you can't join us in person, please visit us online at gcvero.com. Genesis Church of Vero Beach, place of love where honest men are known. and unafraid to love the hardest heart of stone. Visit us at gcvero.com.
Christian FM thanks Paris Family Chiropractic for their support. Dr. Matt Paris is a longtime resident of Vero Beach and a former quarterback for the Fighting Indians. Just like our Fighting Indians work hard for the win, Dr. Paris works hard for a patient's well-being. From proper alignment to good nutrition, Dr. Paris helps patients achieve the win. Paris Family Chiropractic. When the spine is in line, everything is fine. 299-4649 or parisfamilychiro.com.
A septic system is only as good as the installation and maintenance. Reliable Septic is the name known along the coast for being the professionals who install and service these systems for both residential and commercial uses. They'll determine the on-site needs and design considerations for a complete wastewater treatment system. Thanks to Reliable Septic Service. 772-562-4242.
The Fighting Indians rely on teamwork, and so does Christian FM. One of those teammates is Scott Sporting Goods. Scott Sporting Goods features an array of sporting equipment, including clothes and shoes. They are also the ones that fit our Fighting Indians broadcast team with the Fighting Indians apparel. Located in downtown Vero Beach, 1407 20th Street. Their phone number is 778-0661. Thanks to Scott Sporting Goods.
Christian FM can put this game on the radio thanks to the support of businesses like Chuck Bateman State Farm Insurance in Vero Beach. Chuck's goal is to create an atmosphere where customers can talk about what's important to them. He's also a huge supporter of our local chapter of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Chuck's phone is 567-1106 or chuckbatemaninsurance.com.
This is Vero Beach Fighting Indians football on Christian FM. Let's join Gary Paris and the voice of the Fighting Indians, Paul Tipton.
Welcome back to the Citrus Bowl, Billy Livings Field. This is the halftime of the spring game, and Heritage leading 10-7. They had to change things up a bit because of the fact of we had a weather delay, and so rather than take a full-on halftime show as normal or halftime break, it's an abbreviated break. Plus, they're worried about some incoming weather that might be coming in from the west, and so they've decided they had a ceremony that was going to take place after the game that they've moved up to now. It's a tribute to Bill Wilson, the track that's going to be taken up from this field as they put in new field turf. They wanted to do a ceremony. It's called One Last Lap, and that's what they're doing right now in honor of Bill Wilson. And just so you know, they will be putting in a new track, not here in the stadium here, but they're going to be putting it in a new location, and it will still be the Bill Wilson track. They just wanted to have a moment here to kind of just remember him and honor him tonight with this ceremony. Gary, as tonight's a spring game, but, we look ahead, and, a few weeks ago we got the release of the schedule for Vero Beach, and Coach Jay, he's not bashful about making it competitive at all. Here's some of the names that will be playing here this season. Miami Northwestern, Palm Beach Gardens, Sanford Seminole. We got Wellington, and, of course, our district play includes Fort Pierce Central, Centennial, Martin County, Treasure Coast, which is always a heck of a ball game, John Carroll, Westwood, and, of course, our exhibition game gets started with Dwyer. So it is a tough schedule. You've got 8 games here at home and 6 in a row to get the season started.
Well, you're playing a competitive schedule. I mean, Dwyer won a state championship a few years ago, okay? Then that's just a kickoff classic. That's an exhibition game. Then you open your season up with Miami Northwestern, who won the state championship in 2019. Then during the year, you're down a little bit farther down, we play Seminole, Sanford Seminoles, and they won the state championship 2 years ago.
Yep.
And so you're playing against some of the best teams. Plus, like you said, you throw Treasure Coast, who's just a bear of a team. Centennial made the playoffs last year, along with Vero and Treasure Coast. So we had 3 out of our 4 teams. And then Martin County beat us last year. I mean, and so there's that's one of the toughest schedules I've ever seen us play at Vero Beach.
Well, there's counting the exhibition game, there's 11 teams. 9 of the 11 teams made the playoffs last year. 4 of those teams lost in round one. 3 of those teams lost in round 2. 2 of those teams lost in the third round. So, yeah, it's competitive. But it is, again, Coach Jankowski's done a masterful job of not just scheduling the games, but how many games we have here at the Citrus Bowl, which means it gives the fans a lot of opportunities to come see the team play in person. And I want to make sure, when season tickets and tickets are available, you need to go ahead and make sure to purchase those tickets because it's going to be a good time here at the Citrus Bowl.
Absolutely. It kind of reminds me of going back to the year we opened up with Oscar Smith up in Virginia, the runner-up in the state championship game the year before. We opened up with them and upset them in their backyard up there. Then we had to play Venice, who was in a semifinal a couple years in a row before they finally won a state championship and all. But we beat them. So, I mean, it's a great competitive schedule. And I think you could, when Matt talked to Lenny there at halftime, you could sense the little bit of frustration. And he was trying to be kind and not totally just rip everybody. But what he was saying is that we played some sloppy ball. And we that's what we were trying to talk. We were saying in a little bit, in our own way of saying it.
All right, well, that's going to do it for halftime here as the teams are making their way back out on the field. It's a 10-7 lead now for Heritage. And Heritage is going to get the ball to start the second half here, the third quarter, as Vero Beach was the team that got to start the first half of play. So Heritage with an opportunity here can see if they can extend their lead, currently leading by 3, 10-7, as we get the third quarter underway. Tenta from the gun. Little shuffle pass around the left side. Wow, red shirts are flocking to the ball carrier, and it'll be a minimal gain.
Well, they had a chance to get him back in the backfield back there. A couple missed tackles there, but the pursuit was good, and they were very good by sitting right there and only allowed him to get a couple yards on that play.
So they're actually going to go to a running clock here, Gary, for the second half in an effort to try to get this game in, because I know, like all of us, we open up our apps on our phones and we're all looking at the radar going, uh-oh. Second down and 7. Receiver in motion. It's going to be a handoff left side, and Perry does a good job along with Rivers to wrap him up.
Yeah, that was another two-yard gain. So that'll bring it up 3rd and 5. That was Antoine Montgomery was also in on that, along with Rivers. I'll tell you what, I'm impressed with the way Rivers hits.
Yeah.
He is only 5'9" or 5'10". Weighs 200.
5'6".
5'6". Okay, I was trying to give him a couple inches.
I'm just telling you how it's listed.
I was trying to give our audience a little, because he hits like he plays like he's 6'2", 240 pounds.
3rd and 5 from the 36. Looking to throw. Shot down the side. And he caught it, I think.
They're going to call a penalty.
It's incomplete.
Yeah, they got a penalty flag on it. That may have been an illegal receiver downfield. That may have been, because I saw him touch the top of his head.
So it's going to be 4th down.
Well, you got it.
Yeah, Vero's waving it off.
Yeah.
So it'll be 4th down, and here comes
with the running
Davis
clock,
to punt.
And excuse me, meant ball, but with the running clock, 3 points is a big lead right now.
Good kick by Davis, but caught at the 25 by Griffin. So Vero Beach will start from its own 25. 1st down and 10, and they're trailing by 3 here in the third quarter.
Now they know it's a running clock, so they're going to have to hustle up to the ball and get things going. I thought when they exchange, I thought the clock stopped but obviously it doesn't.
It is not. All right. Well, Vero Beach doesn't really seem to have a sense of urgency here.
Well, they're getting the signals in, and again, coaches are getting adjusted to this clock too, offensively.
Play clock's at 7. Aronson, he's looking to throw on first down. Got time, got plenty of time. Now flushed out of the pocket, trying to run, and he's going to be tackled near the line of scrimmage.
That was just good coverage downfield. He had plenty of time to throw that ball. And, again, nobody got open there. He was trying to go vertical with the throw, but good coverage by Heritage.
They'll give him a gain of 1. So 2nd down and 9.
And you shouldn't have to panic. You just need to just see, read, and go.
I think we had a false start here. A little flinch on the line.
Antoine Montgomery, I believe and again, he's in a 2-point stance, and he kind of rocked back. And there's a young man that plays defense all the time. He's on the defense. We get him, the offense gets him, and I say we because I work with the offensive team. He comes down and gets a few reps in with us every now and then on the offense. So, see, those are little penalties that hurt you, Paul.
2nd and 14. Aronson fires left side. Boy, that one was a high pass, and it gave the defender opportunity to get there and close quickly, and it's a loss on the play.
Again, you didn't get any help from blocking. You got to block out there. You got receivers that have got to block for you to give you a chance. Now it's 3rd down and a long play.
Yeah. Looking like 3rd and 16. Clock continues to roll here. They're doing a running clock here in this second half, trying to see if they can get this spring game in before any other bad weather makes its way here to Vero.
He's not going to get it. They're going to have to call timeout. Well, he got it.
Snap is there. Aronson fires. Receiver, Roberts has got it. Stays on his feet. Still on his feet, and he's got the first down.
That is a route that he lines up in the slot formation to the left side and works his way across the field, and great protection by that offensive line allowed Tyler to be able to find him.
Water break on the field. It's a 10-7 lead for Heritage with 5:45 remaining, 3rd quarter.
Christian FM is proud to welcome a new business coming soon to beautiful downtown Vero Beach, Downtown Dipper. Downtown Dipper is a step back in time to an old-school ice cream shop, serving 24 flavors of hand-scooped ice cream, a family-owned and operated ice cream shop. Downtown Dipper, opening soon. Thanks to Downtown Dipper for supporting Christian FM and the Fighting Indians.
This is Fighting Indians football on the Vero Nation Network, brought to you by Fatland Auto Group.
Citrus Bowl, Billy Livingsfield, spring game here tonight. Heritage out of Palm Bay here to take on the Fighting Indians, and the Panthers right now leading over the Indians 10-7, 5:45 to go, 3rd quarter. Paul and Gary, Matt and GT, as our first chance to kind of see the young men that will lace them up for the 23 season come August. Vero Beach is making its way back out on the field after the water break, and they're looking at a 1st down and 10 after a nice catch by Isaiah Roberts and a little athleticism to get the 1st down. The ball is at the 35-yard line of Vero, where it'll be 1st down and 10. Vero's going to set up 3 receivers to the left, single on the right. Low snap, but it's a handoff. Hillsman off the right side, shakes 1 tackle, 2 tackles, and out of bounds near the 1st down mark.
He bounced out really well from the outside. He goes to his right. He gets a miss, makes it the end miss him. Then he gets a linebacker. He can't grab him, bounces to the outside, and he's finally forced out of bounds after picking up 8 yards.
Looking at a 2nd down and 2 at the 44. Inside 5 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Twins on either side. Aronson, he's looking to throw this time. Now to direct traffic, he's going to run and lunge for the 1st down.
Yeah, he does a good job. He's looking downfield. He was looking toward Jacobs downfield, Jarvis, and Jarvis was well covered, which left an opening to run to the right side, and he gets that 1st down. He kind of leaps and gets it.
First down and 10. Low snap. Aronson collects it, throws it, and Roberts couldn't hang on to the catch. It's incomplete, brings up 2nd down.
Well, that play he started off with a low snap and took the timing out. Now you've got to get it back up in your hand, grip it, throw it out there. And the ball was, Roberts had it in his hands, but it was a little behind him. And you'd like to have had it where you catch it in front of you and you don't lose that momentum.
And did we start too quickly? Oh. I think they're having some issues with the clock, Gary.
Well, one end zone, it doesn't even work.
Not the play clock. I'm talking about the game clock.
The game clock. I thought you were talking about the play clock.
All right. Yeah, I thought something was odd because I saw 4th down on the scoreboard. I'm like, no, it's 2nd down. Okay. Regroup.
Officials timeout. We come back to play. 47-yard line. 2nd down, Indians.
Aronson. Swing it out for Hillsman. He led him just a touch too much.
That one's tough. That one is you're looking. You know you got Hillsman over there, and you turn and you pivoted to throw it to him over there, and you just lead him a little too far.
Now, Gary, is that a situation? Should Hillsman have already been running a little more upfield, or
no? He is actually widening it, trying to get that momentum.
Mm-hmm.
So the quarterback knows you get too far upfield, you're going to run into a coverage.
Mm-hmm. 3rd and 10 at the 47. Aronson looking over the middle of the field and nobody there, and almost a one-handed interception. Thankfully falls incomplete.
That one was hit Deion Collins that time. Deion ran a deep, but there was 2 men on top of him.
Yeah.
There was just it was a deep post route, and now the Indians have got to make a decision, and I think you'll punt it here. Punt it. You're not panicking in a situation like this. What you're trying to do is you got the win with you, and
yeah, he is going to punt the ball away. High up in the air, and it's caught right around the 29-yard line.
That's about a 15, 18-yard punt.
All right, so defense will be back out on the field here and see if they can force Heritage again on a 3-and-out last possession for the Panthers. That's exactly what the Vero defense did. So, Gary, I mean, you talk about this a lot. You know, you played mostly on the offensive side of the ball your career, and that, generally speaking, it takes the offense a whole lot longer to get in rhythm, get the chemistry, than it does the defense.
And especially when you've got a lot of pieces that are not in place right now, and you've got new pieces that have not been here in the past.
1st and 10 at the 30. Tenta looking on a slant throw, hits it. Receiver stays on his feet all the way to midfield. Good job. Amy with the catch.
Yeah, they saw that. That's a good call by their Coach Benson. They saw that play, and really he had that slant. It was a quick slant to the outside. You don't get a backer into that throwing lane. You have nobody there, and that's going to be wide open, and that's what it was. It was just a nice throw, a great catch as a quick timing. The linebacker couldn't get over to knock it down.
1st and 10. Panthers at midfield. 44 seconds left in the third quarter. Hand off to Knight, right side. Knight picks up 5.
See, now you've got a situation where you're getting a lot of momentum going on the Palm Bay, or excuse me, Heritage side.
10-7 lead for the Panthers. And starting to pick up a little momentum, as Gary says, is there at the Vero 45 with a 2nd and 5 coming up. But they may just wait this one out as there's only 13 seconds left in the third quarter. Up to the line of scrimmage with 5 seconds and counting.
Yeah, they're going to let this one go.
And it gets to the end of the third quarter. Vero Beach is down by 3 heading into the fourth quarter to Heritage, and the Panthers with a commanding 10-7 lead, and they have the ball. Fourth quarter is coming up next.
Jeremiah's Italian Ice loves our Vero Beach Fighting Indians. Jeremiah's offers over 40 flavors of Italian ice and 2 flavors of soft serve ice cream. The showcase of the menu is layering the 2 together for their gelati. Located off State Road 60 in the Marshalls Plaza, Jeremiah's Italian Ice. Live life to the coolest.
The Tripp family, GNC, and the Miracle Mile are crazy about the Vero Beach Fighting Indians and their fans. Joe and his staff have over 2 decades in the supplement business and know all about sports nutrition, along with vitamins, herbs, weight loss, and wellness products. GNC also offers meal replacements and testosterone support and tailors their products to meet individual needs. 562-2450.
This is Vero Beach Fighting Indians football on Christian FM. Let's join Gary Paris and the voice of the Fighting Indians, Paul Tipton.
Getting set to start the fourth quarter here at the Citrus Bowl. Spring game action. Paul, Gary, Matt, and GT here tonight. Let's check in with GT down on the sideline.
Hey, guys, I was talking to a couple of the coaches, and I was reminding you at halftime, there was a gentleman's agreement between the coaches before the game started in the fourth quarter that all the backups would be in, no starters. It was an agreement that they would take the starters out, let the sophomores, juniors, or up-and-coming kids play.
Well, we're at 2nd and 5. And a mix-up in the backfield, and that gave Vero Beach defense enough time to get in there. Well, I'm not sure exactly when they will bring in the backups because their starting quarterback for both teams are still in. So
I think they can finish the drive, I guess.
That's what they said. Maybe because you saw the 2 coaches got together. Maybe they came up with a quick solution.
3rd down and 7 for the Panthers.
I like that. I like what GT said about getting everybody in there, playing. Take the starters out. You know what I mean? Give the kids a chance that don't get a lot of playing time, or you want to see.
Tenta finds his receiver, and after a big gain, Xbox goes in and lays his shoulder into him. That's Amy again, I believe, with the catch.
There's a flag on the play.
This might be coming back.
The clock should not be running on I thought when the officials are called a timeout. But they're going to run it.
Yep, so you got an illegal receiver downfield, so this play all comes back. Yeah, I like the idea of the running clock. I'm not sure I'm liking it while there's a dead ball situation.
You could take 2 minutes off the clock.
Right.
if official wants to
Right.
take his time
Yeah.
doing it. I've always said a penalty, the clock should stop, and then they can sort it out.
Yeah.
I mean, so they get a chance. Sometimes they get together, officials, and talk about it. That's when you got to end the clock.
So you're looking at a 3rd down and 13 now for the Panthers. They're backed up on their side of the 50 to the 47. Single receiver on either side. Play action. Tenta fires down the sideline, and it's well out of bounds. 4th down.
Yeah, they have to punt. As good a punter as they got, and they got the wind behind them.
Yeah, I would think so, but I'm not seeing the punter yet.
There he comes. They're gonna punt. I would put guys up in case it's a short, so it doesn't roll. And there is no return. See, like right there, that ball goes into the end zone. See, right there. Wow, that was a situation where.
That's what we call a good miss.
Yeah, I mean that's a, to me, where it hits the ground. Vero's been back here a couple times now on these punts like this.
Yeah, I agree, Gary. I mean, it's like,
that 3 points is looking really, really good right now.
It sure is. You got 8 minutes and 7 seconds and counting.
We got all kinds of new receivers in there, and we're taking our time getting these guys in and out. Wow.
We're going to have to take a timeout here. So a little bit of confusion as they're trying to get some guys in and out of the game here. 7:48. Now, the word we're getting from G down on the sideline is that this may be the last drive, and then they're just going to call it regardless of whatever time's left on the clock. So we'll see what happens here. Oh, excuse me. So it was just with the starters. Okay, so it'll be 1st down and 10 for Vero Beach, starting from their own 10-yard line, trailing by 3. They've still got 2 timeouts left. Anything can happen, Gary.
Yeah, you can.
We've seen it before.
Yeah, and what we're hearing, I think what GT was saying to us during the break was that the starters get to finish this drive. They got one more drive each, and then they were going to bring in the backups and let everybody else play because of the running clock. Yeah, that was a coach's agreement that they would do that.
Well, all it will take was just maybe one penalty, and there won't be any time left on the clock.
Now here comes another player in.
Holy cow.
That is...
All right. I haven't done the math to see if we have 11 on the field, but there's definitely twin receivers on either side. Here comes Aronson rolling out. He's going to fire downfield, looking for his receiver, Roberts, and it was well short as he just really couldn't get any real heat on that one.
He's a right-handed thrower, and he's rolling to his left. Got a little pressure out there. If he could have planted and thrown it, I think Roberts would have been wide open on the play. I mean, he had a step.
Yeah.
He had a step or two there. He just could not come back to get the ball.
So we're looking at a 2nd and 10. Clock is at 6:50 and counting. Aronson again looking to throw. Right side. Looks for his receiver. And they'll call it a completion. Is that Jacobs?
No, I believe that's...
Or is that Taylor?
That's
Jacobs.
Jacobs.
Yeah.
Jacobs. Couldn't see the number over there, but that's a nice catch. That's a comeback. Well, it was back shoulder throw on that one.
And enough for a 1st down as they get to the 20. Vero needs to pick up the pace a little bit here as they're at 6-10 and counting, down by 3. Aronson fires, looking for Roberts, tipped around and nearly intercepted. Wow, it was bouncing around like a pinball machine out there, and it finally hits the ground, incomplete.
Well, he was anticipating a stick route, a little route by the inside. You saw Roberts go inside. He planted and was going to turn and stick, but the throw drifted a little bit. The throw was a little behind him, and it was almost picked off.
2nd down and 10. 5.5 and counting. Aronson, swing pass for Hillsman. Boy, and Heritage just saw that one coming. 3 defenders right there.
Again, not blocking on the outside by the wide receivers. That you've got, if you're going to run that swing pass, you have got to block, sustain your block, and hold your block, and allow the back to get up into the past the line of scrimmage. Then he gets to go one-on-one. They tackled us for a loss.
4:50 and counting. 3rd and 12. Aronson, pressure, trying to step up into the pocket, and there's a lot of white shirts there, and he's going to go down. 4th down and long.
Now, if I'm Vero, I think you almost have to. You can't punt it. I think you got to go for it because you're running clock, and you've got a 4 minutes to go in this game. I think you go for it and hope you get a big play, get the 1st down.
There's a flag over on this side, Gary.
Of course, that you can do this. You can delay the officials do a good job of getting that running clock. They're going to get an extra. I'm teasing. I'm just kidding, but it's like, come on, guys. We got a running clock out here, and you're only down by 3, and you're taking all this time.
So it's going to be unsportsmanlike on the defense, and it will be a 1st down for Vero.
I don't know what the unsportsman call was. They called it an unsportsmanlike conduct on the Panthers from Heritage, but I'm not sure I know what it was, unless it was somebody on the sideline saying something. They got a running clock going, and now he's winding, and it's been running.
Make it a 3rd and 2. Quick pass, and it is caught, and that is Jacobs again with another catch. So the word is that it was on the bench of Heritage is where the penalty came from.
That's what I figured because the official over there threw it.
1st down for Vero at the 34, 3:10 and counting. Aronson again wanting to throw, pressure coming. He fires over the middle of the field. Roberts was there, double covered, and it's incomplete.
Well, you got to hustle back because now you're under 3 minutes, and you still got 2nd down. So this is you need. If I'm right now, if I'm Panthers, I'm looking to not let anybody get behind me. And I'm standing.
2nd and 10. Clock's at 2:35. Oh, offsides. Aronson fires down the sideline. Roberts has got a step down the field. Stays on his feet. He's going to the house. Score it. Big time. Boom.
And you know what? It's amazing. I do not see a flag, and they had a guy jump off sides.
Isaiah Roberts down the sideline, and Aronson hits him in stride.
Now, if
66 yards.
Excuse me, Paul. If I'm Vero, I take my time on the extra point. I take my time now. you can, just like that, one play. They got a big play to get their touchdown, and now Vero gets a big play with Roberts on that play. I just take your time, Jesse. All you need is just go through.
Waiting for the snap. It's there. Lewis puts it up. And it does not go through.
My goodness.
So we only lead by 3.
Now here's the problem. Do you have enough time to get everybody out there and get a kickoff? If I'm Vero Beach, I'm going to take my time.
Yeah, well, it's counting down, 110 and counting.
Well, you don't kick off. They got to go to the 30-yard line.
Right, they're just going to go to the 30.
Yeah. No, I know it.
All right, so Heritage is going to come out, start at their 30.
And now you've got all your second unit is in the game.
First down and 10. Handoff. And about a 2-3 yard pickup. Coach Benson going to call a timeout.
I don't blame them. You got 31 seconds left to go, and you might as well utilize every opportunity you have in that timeout. That was a great route, and I don't know if Matt saw it, the route he ran, but he made a great move on that, and then he got to the outside, and he was wide open, Roberts, on that play.
So we got 31 seconds to go. Heritage making its way back out on the field. Has got a second down and 6 coming their way. At their own 34-yard line. Receiver in motion. Quarterback on a keeper left side. I'm not sure that was the play that needed to happen for them, as Holmes in at quarterback, and another timeout taken by Coach Benson.
What is
So I guess GT's decided to be a part of the game.
GT is went over and talked. Lenny must have asked him to go over and talk to their coach. Our GT Paris really involved in this game.
One way or the other.
Yeah.
GT has decided, he wanted to come back and be a part of the crew again, and he's decided, I'm really going to be a part of this game one way or the other.
I got a kick out of that now.
Now, earlier in the pregame, he was talking about, I can't be out here. I might get hurt.
Yeah, that he also, one game he got penalized 15 yards by the official.
That's true. He ran into the official, or the official ran into him. All right, third down. Ooh, movement on the left side. And that'll move him back 5 yards.
This is, you want to win everything you do. You go out to play. You go out to play to win. But they're going to put an extra, I'm hearing now from the guys on the sideline that they're going to put an extra 5 minutes on the clock.
Wow, what a nice run from the Heritage running back. Got past the 35 to almost the 36-yard line. So, well, since he's been totally involved, why don't we go down to the sideline and talk to GT since he's got everything going on tonight?
Well, we were sitting there, and Lenny looked at me, and he came over to Coach, and he said, hey, what do you think? And I said, I don't know, why don't you ask him for 5 more minutes? And he goes, well, why don't you go over there and ask him, GT? You know who he is. And I go, you want me to? He said, yeah, go ask him, see what he does. So I went to the head coach, and he says, yeah, let's go 5 more minutes.
Hey, the ambassador for the new title for GT is the ambassador. Both coaches are talking right now, and they may have called it off. They had a good idea, but I don't think they're going to go.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
So, it was going to be 5 extra minutes. No, I don't think it is.
Well, it is. Yes, it is.
It is actually going to be.
Yeah,
Okay,
actually,
they
it
are
is.
going to do it.
They're going to put 5 minutes
All
back
right.
on the clock.
Good for them.
And again, as I heard from somebody down to the west of us, hey, this is a spring game. You can do anything you really want to. I like it. Well, I do like this. I like the idea that the kids get more chance to play and they get a chance to get the number 2s out there. GT did a good job negotiating, I understand, but that's a reward there.
Well, we said earlier it's Florida, and things change in Florida when the weather rapidly. And, by the looks of the radar right now, yeah, they can get more time in here if they want to because it has changed quite a bit. It looked like about this time that we were going to see a really nasty cell come through here, but that thing is broken up quite a bit. All right, we got first down and 10 for the Indians. Hall fires, finds his receiver down the left side.
That's
wow,
Lorenzo.
What a job by Lorenzo Williams.
Wow. Yes, he does a great job of getting that ball. He's got quick feet. He's got good hands. He's only going to be he's a sophomore next year. You got to love the potential for him.
Ryan Hall showing some good form there on that pass. Okay, well, now we have zeros on the clock. Hall rolls out, fires, shorts it.
He tried to
He
get
was
that
looking
one.
for, what was that, Banzoff?
Banzoff.
Yeah.
That's Parker Banzoff.
Yep.
And then he's got his brother in there, Austin Banzoff, at the slot formation. And they're rotating guys in and out on the offensive line.
All right, well, I'm not sure who's keeping time because it's not on the scoreboard. I just know we're up 13-10, and Hall just handed off.
That's Aiden Smith, I believe, the running back.
And a carry to the 50-yard line, or excuse me, the 45-yard line. And they'll make it 46-yard line where it'll be second down and 6.
I get a kick.
Third down
They're
and 6.
rotating offensive linemen out there now, getting everybody a chance to play. I think what they'll do is they'll have one drive themselves at the end, too.
Yeah, I think you're right. Hall fires, finds his receiver. Good throw, good catch.
That is
Austin Banzoff with a catch.
Yeah.
And that'll be enough for a first down as
That's
the Indians now into Panther territory at the 44.
That's just a quick out. Nice throw by Ryan Hall out there.
Hall's now 2 of 3, 23 yards. Looking at a first down and 10. Trips on the right side. Well, there was movement. Instead, they're just going to hand it off. And off the right side.
That's a little toss.
Derek Williams with the run.
That's kind of like a toss pass because it was in front of him, I believe. It looked like a little toss pass. But there was a jump.
Yeah, there
That's
was.
Twice.
Yeah.
Even on the touchdown,
Right.
there was a guy in the backfield.
Second down and 2. Hall fires left side.
Oh,
He was looking for Williams. Led him just a little too much.
he did. He had him out there too, and the guys were blocking pretty good out there on that one. This is fun to see the 2s and 3s or the 3s and 4s going up against each other.
Third down and 2. Hall fires left side for Williams. Williams trying to shake off one tackle. Couldn't get away from him.
Yeah, that was the play designed. We've seen it several times tonight. Again, it's just not a great job of blocking.
And did we take too much time? Now the rain's starting to come down.
As long as there's no lightning. Now we got to get our equipment in, probably.
That we do. Hall rolls out right, looking downfield, fires, hits his target, Williams. Williams to the 15-10, and inside the 10, first and goal.
Lorenzo Williams is a young man that we were thinking about a running back with him last year or a slot receiver. We tried them both. He ended up being a better slot receiver than he did a running back, and he's a natural at that slot receiver.
So inside the 10, it's first and goal at the 8-yard line. Trips to the left side. Hall looking, firing. Had a receiver and Williams right there in the
open.
slot. Yeah.
Wow. He had him. He had to get the ball down. And that's your first read. He made the right read. It just was an ill-advised pass, like you threw it too high.
So a second and goal coming up. Hall's going to survey the field. He's got twin receivers on either side. Looked left, coming back to the right. Parker underneath, Banzhoff to the end zone. Yes, scored it.
That was a solid screen to the right, and Banzhoff makes the catch. Blocks got out there, and he was wide open. And that was it. That's the game.
That is the game. As Vero Beach will end up winning the game 19-10.
And nobody will remember that a year from now.
Well, it doesn't matter. So now they're going to shake hands. I'm not sure that we need to worry about trying to get any interviews or anything like that since the rain's really starting to come down now. So, Gary, quick thoughts on tonight's game.
We went from, I thought we played sloppy in the beginning. I agree with Coach Jay. I think he called a really good game. I think it was obvious with Tyler, the number of completions he had. Just didn't execute the screens really well. That's the sloppy part of it. I think he was talking about not blocking. And then the other part of it is just, offensively, I thought we found some big plays, which helped us.
Yeah.
That throw to Roberts was absolutely beautiful.
Oh, man, that was gorgeous. Defensively, we looked sharp tonight. I mean, we really did.
One miscommunication,
right.
breakdown, and that was the 7 points. Of course, I feel like they had Roberts beat that guy, made a great move on that move to get open.
Gary, I want to take a moment here before we wrap things up completely. We have a couple of guys that have been a part of our crew for the last couple of years that are going to be moving on. I got to start with Kenneth Loans, one of our camera guys over there. He's with college classes and whatnot. He won't be able to help us out this fall, and so he's going to have to not be a part of the crew this year because he's trying to further himself, get a little more educated. So can't blame him there.
No, I
don't blame him there.
Congratulations.
But it's been a pleasure having him a part of our crew.
Thank you so much for being a part of this team. And again, we wish you the best in your future. And hope to see you someday with that college degree, and that'll be fun.
Absolutely. And I really cannot do this without some super help that keeps us on the air at all times. And Kevin Boslaw has been helping us for the last few years, and his responsibilities are taking him away from the broadcast, and so we won't be having him back this fall either. And can't say enough about that guy. He does a lot for us and makes sure that we always sound good and tells you when to not talk, which is always a good thing.
Yeah, hey man, listen, I love Kevin. I'm going to miss Kevin more than anybody because he did a great job, and he's such a great dynamic person, and we've been blessed. We have been blessed to have been around Kevin for the last couple of years, and he made our broadcast fun, and he's a great kid, and he's got a great, bright future ahead of him, and I'm happy for him. I'm going to miss him, though.
Absolutely, we'll miss him. But we're going to have some good help back there as Jesse Kriske.
Jesse coming in.
He's going to be stepping in and filling those shoes, and so we're excited to have him there. And we got a couple of guys on our video team that are going to be helping out now. A couple new guys. We're talking about Brian Lewis. We've also got Preston Lloyd, Keegan Ingram are all going to be helping us out and having larger roles in our video crew. And so, boy, did they get a good test tonight with this weather and whatnot. And so our hats off to them. It's been a great evening. I know it's been kind of a little crazy with all the weather stuff and delays and everything else trying to go on, but we managed to get it in, and in the end, we got a chance to see our boys and see what we're going to be looking at when the fall season comes around. So they're going to be putting the work in through the summer. They got some camps they're going to go to. They got their summer camp that they'll do for sure. And then, come middle of August, around the 18th, we'll have the exhibition game.
He'll give them a little bit of time off here. The schools, out. He'll give them some time into June. Then sometime in about the first week of June, about in there, you might see the team. They start doing their workouts. They'll do their summer workouts, weightlifting and conditioning, and then they've got, like you said, they've got a camp down at Ava Maria. They go down every year, and they've been able to participate in that, where you wear the uniforms. Everything you wear down there is tackling and blocking and all. So then you got a 7-on-7s all over the state of Florida. That's great for the receivers and the quarterbacks.
Tyler Aronson finishes the night 20 of 30 for 209 yards and 2 touchdowns. Isaiah Roberts led all receivers with 8 catches, 127 yards, 2 touchdowns. Bonzhoff had 1 touchdown tonight, and Ryan Hall was 4 of 7, 55 yards, and a touchdown. So, got some good work in tonight. Heritage, Coach Benson, I'm sure, is probably going to look at this film and go, okay, we got some things that work for us, and we got some things we got to improve on, and they'll get ready for their season as well. So, Gary, it's always fun hanging out with you, talking about football, and we'll get ready for this upcoming fall season here, August 18th when it kicks off.
Looking forward to it, opening up with Dwyer. What a great opportunity that's going to be, the beginning of a really, really tough schedule.
It is. Our executive producer is John Hamilton. Our director, for one last time, Kevin Boslaw. Our video director is Jay Kendall. He had help with Devin Ingram and Brian Lewis. Cameras tonight, Kenneth Loans, Ian Salvatore, Keegan Ingram, and Preston Lloyd. Stats tonight were from Derek West. Interviews with Bobby Paris. Sorry, Bobby, we couldn't get those in tonight for halftime, but we'll try to work better on that next time. Sidelines tonight, GT Paris and Matt Paris. Analyst Gary Paris. I'm Paul Tipton saying good night from the Citrus Bowl. We'll see you August 18th.